SunDaze. I'm the illest host on the East Coast, eating a delicious slice of buttered toast. Styles! And this man is...
It's your boy, Fifth in the building.
And this man is...
Yo, it's your boy Styles-Hamma-Allniter. What's up?
Let's get
Yes,
it.
sir. And this is episode 58 of SunDaze, entitled R.I.P. Charlie Kirk. And we've been on a little bit of a sabbatical because it was the end of the summer. I think it's been like a month and a half since we did an episode.
Bro, what are you talking about? It's been like 3 weeks.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, closer to a month. We usually do it twice a month.
Time flies when you're having fun. It's all right.
Yeah.
But yeah, anyways, do we have anything that we need to get out of the way before we just get right into the conversation?
Yeah, let's just get right into it.
Let's just get right. Yeah, let's dive.
All right, let's do it.
Splash.
Joey, I'm still finishing up putting out a couple of links and stuff. You want to like
so let's
steer the ship?
Let's start off today. Right? Let's give a moment of silence for Charlie Kirk and his assassination, because that is just not okay.
Wrong. Rest in peace.
Right?
Yeah, man. Like nobody should die because of their opinions, man. Like I can't wrap my head around that still.
Yeah, like whether you agree with somebody or disagree with them, they don't deserve death.
No.
Especially in the matter of like viral death. Like the whole world.
Public execution. A public execution. Yeah. So what do you so Aaron, let me ask you then, like what do you think, like what's the matter with the people who like are blatantly like celebrating? Not only they're celebrating it, I see a lot of them saying like Trump's next and like the conservative movement's over and like just like wild stuff. Like I can't think of a person on the left that I would celebrate for being murdered in cold blood.
Movement. This just amplified the conservative movement. And part of me,
I'm a martyr.
Yeah, part of me thinks, and this is a wild conspiracy I'm throwing out there.
No, dude, yeah.
Part of me thinks that maybe the Republican Party was behind it, and to make him a martyr.
Anything's possible
for the election.
But it's kind of sort of the same thing they said when Trump got assassinated, and
same playbook. Same playbook.
Like it's the same, but it's like the same type of people who are trying to say that this kid was a Republican and a conservative when he was radicalized.
I just seen that on Fox News now. Live Fox News is saying that he was a conservative Republican. They just posted it today.
His family.
Right. So, like, he grew up in that household and disagreed with the views.
So, if you think about it, that's normal for
and his roommate that was supposed to pick up the gun was
that's normal for a teenager or somebody that's just in their 20s. You always rebel against your parents at that age.
Right.
So if your parents are conservative, you're by almost not by definition or not automatically, but you're more likely just to on GP be like, my mom and pop do this, I'm going to do the complete opposite.
Right.
And the majority of teenage in high schools and colleges are already, they're dominated by the lefties. Like that area, because if you can mold somebody's ideology in high school or in college, and then they're not in the real world to understand how shit really works, it takes 10 years. This is in my opinion why as you get older you end up getting more conservative as you get older, because you're getting further and further away from high school and college, and you're seeing the world for what it is. So they tend to lean back the other direction. Like, nah, I'm more conservative now. That's why people in their 30s and 40s are more conservative than they are liberal.
What do you guys think about the possible ties of the shooter possibly tied to Nick Fuentes? Considering Nick Fuentes and Charlie Kirk had their own problems.
I mean, like I said, like I think anything is possible, but I don't. It's looking right now, but like I said, I question everything. So like, I'm still looking at it.
One of them is aiming for the top spot. Like Nick Fuentes could have been like, "Hey, bro, get rid of this guy. He's my only competition. Now I'm the face."
Nick Fuentes can never get that spot because of what he says. They'll never give. He won't have the. He'll never get the platform.
Yeah, he says things that are not.
He can't, bro. He can't even get on.
Very distasteful.
He can't
even get on. Listen, desperate men do desperate measures.
Well, that's what I'm saying. I feel like, to be honest, I feel like the Democrats now are a wounded animal that we've cornered, and this is a desperate thing that you would do. Like,
yeah, like this is horrible for Democrats, just
yeah,
in general. Because
I think it could possibly make him lose a midterm.
Yeah, like I don't think Democrats are behind this, because I think they realized that like this would have been shooting themselves in the foot. They'd have been like, nah, bro, we can't get rid of him. He's going to be a martyr. There's going to be a million more Charlie Kirks. No.
There is now.
Protect him at all costs. I think that's why they allowed him to do all those college speeches. Because like FiF was just saying, colleges are lean liberal. So let the conservative guy in. That way it doesn't seem like, hey, you're blocking it, da-da-da-da. As for the shooter, though, like, the guy was a mixed bag. He was like grew up in a conservative house, but he's hanging out with trans. Got a trans roommate. He played with guns his whole life. But he's a big, huge video game head. They say that he rocks with Nick Fuentes, but okay, he's hanging with the transgender and he might be in a relationship.
Yeah, so it's weird. Like, you're right. It's a mixed bag.
Confused.
I think mental illness clearly has a lot to do with it.
How much of that information do you think is propaganda? Because what you're saying, it doesn't even add up. Because you literally can't be, you literally can't follow Nick Fuentes and then say, I have a trans boyfriend or girlfriend. That
makes no sense.
It doesn't work. Right. It doesn't work. Your ideologies, that's complete opposite idea. That doesn't work. So which one of those is actually legit?
Unless his only gripe was about like Israel and Palestine, because I know Nick Fuentes and Charlie Kirk disagreed on that.
They disagree on a lot.
Yeah,
right. But that was one of their major disagreements. Like, you got to think Charlie Kirk really backed Israel. Nick Fuentes didn't. That Israel-Palestine thing is huge.
I've heard a lot of Israel,
especially in universities.
Oh my God, that's like a number.
So that might have been the catalyst for the shooter with his alignment to Nick Fuentes.
I'm still keeping my mind open, but
I think it's more trans for him. I think what it was, because Charlie Kirk was definitely, because he's so religious, and very conservative religion, the trans, that doesn't work,
right,
for the church. And him being so, trans roommate, transgender partner, Charlie Kirk knowing has been vocal about the trans community. I can see that being like the number one catalyst.
But he didn't bash him.
No, he didn't. But just like you're seeing online, like, for instance, I posted a lot of Charlie Kirk shit online. I was on X, I was on Instagram, I was on TikTok, I was on Facebook, and I'm getting backlash on every platform from different people, and a lot of them are taking Charlie Kirk like clips. They're clipping them and
without context.
And my first thing back to these people is, and the first thing I asked them, and I shut them up every time. They posted one of the things about Charlie Kirk and the we need gun deaths every year in order to make the Second Amendment have validity. So I said to the guy, I said to him, I go, you tell me what podcast he said that on, or what show he said that on, and what was said before and after, and they can't. And I'm like, then you don't even understand what you're talking about. Because you're taking one clip and fucking with you don't even understand the context. Because you can't even, if you knew about it, if you thought in a debate, if you're bringing this to me as a fact, you must know what was said before and after in order to present this and say, look, this is my battle piece against you right here. And they don't even have it. I'm like, wow, bro, like he's, I'm a liberal, I go to journalism school. I'm like, you journalism school? You can't even you're a journalist and you can't drop your source? Are you fucking kidding me, bro? Shut up. Get out of here,
This is what I'm talking about. Like, the news, like,
terrible.
Your buddy there, John, I'd love to get him on the show. He was saying he's trying to, and this is what I say, like, it's not about the color of your skin, because I know so many people who are not white people who have very similar beliefs to me. Like when I was in church today, I just saw every color and nationality of people all there, like, in all, like having a moment of silence and a prayer for Charlie Kirk. Like, I don't know why people have to make everything about race. Like, it's starting to frustrate me. Like,
it's the great divider, bro. That is our great divider of this.
But
time.
It's bad for us. It's bad for us.
I didn't say it was good. It's definitely not good.
It's bad for the country. It's great for the government.
Like, I was telling
the
Joey,
controls us when they divide us.
Absolutely, because I was telling Joey, I'm like, some people think that I'm a radical conservative, but like I was in a conservative forum and people were discussing like, now listen, I listen.
He's like, he's almost there, bro.
Almost there, right. But I'm trying to let myself get. No, I get it. No, and I like to be critiqued, like, right, like I'm not. But there's a point to what I'm saying. So I was in a conservative forum and people were arguing about LGBTQ plus and transgender stuff, and what I wrote was, listen, it's a free country. Like, I just want to live and let live, but you can't expect to force people to participate in your delusions. And this guy came on and said, bro, don't even call yourself a fucking conservative, and don't even come back in this fucking forum because you're not for this. Like, that's what I'm talking about. Like, that's what's fucking radical. Okay? Yeah. I get no hate for people, man.
Yeah.
But, I mean, I guess some people think I'm a radical.
That's the radical right, and unfortunately, there is a faction.
And those people are gross.
Right, that are radical.
And those people are gross too.
If I'm being honest, though, the radical left is bigger than the radical right. Like, there's more hate. There's more tolerance using hate coming from the left. They try to preach tolerance by using hate. If you don't agree with me, then you're this. If you don't agree with my view, you're that. And that's a divide. That's a line drawn in the sand. If I don't believe trans are trans and I'm a bigot, like, what?
Yeah,
I think the problem is we pay too much attention to both radical sides, the radical left and the radical right, and we highlight that as the left and the right. We just look at the radicals and we're like, hey,
that just being people
represents the whole party. And it doesn't. You have a point. Literally, they're just the outliers and the weirdos. So if we just ignored the weirdos and get more towards the middle, everybody just be better. You know what I mean?
I agree with that. The only problem with that is the radicals. The fact they're radical. The fact that they're radical is their beliefs are so extreme. It's like it's like the car accident. You know a car accident is bad, but you gotta look at it because it's like, whoa, that's that factor with that. Because
rubbing it like a dumpster fire.
Yes, left or right in this case. Like those views are so extreme. You're like,
that's when it should be up to the media companies who are all behind this, but they should actually be forced to like not air the radical shit.
Yeah,
because if the media wasn't airing anything radical, it would die.
No, for bro, exactly what you're saying.
I had a question.
Think about this shit. This shit's been going on for fucking 100 years. Even back to like the early 1900s. Like, I watched the movie J. Edgar Hoover, and this shit was going on in the early 1900s.
Oh, yeah.
The only difference is they didn't have the internet then, and it wasn't thrown in your face every day of every minute, live coverage. Something just happened 10 minutes ago, and it's broadcast you didn't have that ability.
Now it's on steroids.
Yes. Yeah.
Guys.
That's a huge problem. Because people people didn't know about it. Or by the time it got to it, it was a month later. Shit's already died down.
Right.
It isn't right now in the moment. Like,
did it?
Yeah, this is a boiling point for the country. I think that we are so close. I've been predicting a civil war for the last 3-4 years.
Yeah.
This is close, and it's going to be. You're not going to know an enemy. It's going to be Republican versus Democrat. It's going to be race war. It's going to be a class war. And
gender war at this point.
Gender war. It's going to be all of that, all at once. So it's not.
That's what the powers that be want.
Right, because if you got all of us scrambling and divided, they can do all their stuff and nobody's paying attention.
That, and they're going to impose shit upon us. They're going to be like, every United States is out of control, martial law, everyone, and then they have full control. Then they're
I think the country kind of wants full control.
They do.
You know what I mean? Like, look at what Trump just did with D.C. Now he wants to do it in Chicago.
In Tennessee, in Nashville. It's all the top 10 worst cities that he's trying to. And that's the part that scares me with Trump doing that, because obviously I voted for Trump. I'm a Trump supporter. But even in my opinion, even he's walking a fine line right now doing that kind of shit.
Mm-hmm.
Because where does it stop? Because I get he's using the geist of, we're going to hit the worst crime cities. All right. I hate to break news, but this is also what Homeboy did across the pond in 1930s, in the 40s. Mm-hmm. This is what Mr. H did back then. It was,
we're going
to stop this, we're going to stop that. But where does it stop? Because once absolute power corrupts absolutely.
It's a delicate line.
That's what I mean.
It's a delicate line.
And it's easy for a human being to not realize he stepped over that line because you're
I'm happy he backed out on Chicago.
But here's my problem.
Yeah,
for right now.
Yeah, He backed out after Chicago, and then that's when he mentioned Tennessee.
But the problem I have with that is that the good fucking law-abiding people of Chicago, that place is a fucking war zone, man.
Oh, it is.
Why are we?
If the military
and Democrats are keeping it that way.
Those gangs ain't just gonna stop. Them gangs are gonna fucking have to get slaughtered by the military.
Yeah. I know, because they think that they were saying shit like we got switches and like, dude, you're not doing shit to the military. Like, but no, I don't want that to happen. Like, I don't want that to happen. I don't want people to get slaughtered.
If Trump sent the troops to Chicago, first it would start off. The troops would just be patrolling, not being active, not doing any of their force, just there. The gangs would shoot the fucking soldiers. They would start it. Because they'd be like, all right, you in our hood, blah, blah, blah. Yeah. And the next thing you know, the military is going to respond, and they're going to realize instead of going house to house, they're going to do what they did in Pennsylvania in the 50s and just bomb whole blocks.
But you know the problem I have with this, though?
They have drones.
Dude, they can take all of this out.
Forget it, yo. It's like as soon as the military started dying, they're pulling back, and here comes technology.
Guys, they have so much technology that we don't even know about. But here is my problem, though. Are we just supposed to allow this to continue? Because look at places like Seattle and Portland, Oregon. They've been captured. They won't even let law enforcement in those places. Like, this is a fucking problem. Like, this is not reality. This is not how shit's gonna be.
It's not the federal government's responsibility to police states. That's the problem.
But these people in power won't do their fucking jobs.
All right, hold on. You're right. Here's the problem with this. It's up to the people. We always fucking forget. At the end of the day, it starts and ends with us.
We the people.
We got to come out and vote.
Yes. So like Chicago, for instance, Chicago, right? It's going to be up to the good, like you said, up to the good people of Chicago to say enough is enough. What can we do? Let's vote these fucking morons out of power, like the mayor, the town.
I don't know how they don't. It's crazy to me that they
don't pulled up to the polls. I know in Fall River, Massachusetts, out of 100,000 population, there's 60,000 registered voters. So only 60% is registered. The last election, the one with Trump, only 12,000 people showed up. So 12% of the city voted.
That's terrible.
60,000, 10% call it 10%.
Because people think that they can't make a difference, but that's the wrong...
Crazy.
Yeah, of the whole population. And you got to think only 60% of the population is registered to vote. There's 40,000 people in Fall River. They're like, yeah, I don't give a fuck.
I always feel like we should try to get people to vote somehow. You know what I mean?
We should make an app. Every state should have an app. Every city, every state. We bank through an app, right? Now motherfuckers go on the apps for the bank. You trust that with your money. We can trust that with a vote.
Because you're right, Aaron. There's so many people who do have opinions who are just not having their voice heard because they're not voting.
Yeah.
And there's people who complain a lot. They complain a lot and they don't vote.
You gotta go on your app. You log in with your social security number. You gotta take a picture of your face real quick. Do one of those things that Facebook does with left, right, up, down. Okay, cool. A little video selfie. Then bang, here you go. I can vote now. Enter. Done. Don't gotta leave my house. Now everybody's enrolled because why? It takes 5 minutes.
Or I got a bet. I have another alternative idea. How about you make the days that we have to vote national holidays so no one has to work?
That too.
And that right there is your civic duty, just like as you've had jury duty or some shit. It's your civic duty to vote. Whatever day it is, that day everyone has off. Go and fucking vote.
And if you don't vote, you get a fine.
I gotta admit, Aaron does.
Because there'll be people, as soon as you said national holiday, my brain instantly went to this. People are just going to take it as a vacation.
Exactly. No,
they're going to be like, I ain't showing up. I got a day off.
I feel like sometimes I need to be...
$500 fine, you don't vote.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. No, dude, I'm telling you.
I like it.
I can't lie. Aaron does...
First election?
Aaron has a lot of good ideas. He really does. And some of it is just trying to be more kind to people. Because I don't hate anyone, but I gotta admit, sometimes I could be more kind with sometimes I'm very abrasive. You know what I mean?
I am too. For instance,
because we're all human beings, man. We have more in common than we don't. But it's crazy. The stuff I've seen people saying on both sides.
Yeah.
I saw someone today, make America black again. Like, this idea that black people can't be racist is just blowing my fucking mind still. Like, I saw people saying it. Like, black people can't be racist against white people? And like, why can't black people be racist? Because of what white people did. But like, bro, do you realize that every nationality has been slaves before? Do you realize that there are 8 million modern-day slaves in Africa? Do you realize that there are modern-day slaves in the Middle East? Where's your fucking outrage for that? We stopped slavery in this country. As a matter of fact, it was Republicans that stopped slavery in this country, just to be, you know what I mean? Just to be fair.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like sometimes these Democrats, and this is me, not because Joey's right, violence isn't the answer, but sometimes I feel like these motherfuckers want to lose a second civil war. I really do. I don't know.
Yeah, like I've been saying, I think a civil war is on its way.
And that's bad for everybody, though.
It is.
It's going to be bad, except for the one, except Aaron, you said earlier, except for the one faction. The U.S., this is what the government wants. This is what
like, we're looking at, and the world wants it. And the world wants it. Because a lot of countries, you're like, there's so many bots.
We're the only country in the world that's democratic. The rest of the world is fucking ruled by one. So, of course, the rest of the world is looking at us like, you guys are the outliers.
Europe's bad right now. Dude, Europe is in trouble.
Europe is revolting right now, dude.
And yes, because they're getting screwed over, dude.
Because they're getting sick of it. This is what happens when people get sick and tired of shit. They revolt.
And like, we gotta talk about it too, man. Like,
they don't see it on the news that much, though.
Like,
I think that we are heading towards such a boiling point. It's going to be
Islam shit is worrisome.
The whole world is on some shit. It's just.
I feel like there's like World War III and a civil war in this country are on the brink, and I feel like a lot of the world in this country actually want that. Like that's what people act like. The way that we're acting with Russia right now too.
War during World War III, bro, we lose.
Like people, that's probably. I thought about it. Like I've read all this stuff saying that even if every country in the world got together, that they couldn't defeat us. But I wonder if we were at war with each other, if that would make a difference.
Of course it would. We would lose. You can't fight a team that's fucking fighting with themselves.
Like
that team ain't winning. That team's not winning.
Like another thing I'm worried about is that I'm not an Islamophobe, but some of the stuff that I'm seeing, man, is super worrisome. Like people who are politicians in this country who are Muslim, who are saying we want to get rid of the Constitution, have Sharia law. Like some people try to deny that stuff's happening. Like there's look at Dearborn, Michigan. They tried to change the fucking police uniforms to Arabic. Like what are we doing? What are we doing in this country?
It's a culture war, bro. It's a war.
Like if we move to another country, we have to assimilate to that culture. Other countries don't put up with that shit. You come here, and I'm not saying like yes, it's freedom. Like you have the right to be all these things, but you don't have the right to force everyone else. That's sort of the point. You know what I mean? Like.
We have to define our country better for the rest of the world. We say that we're the land of the free, like you just said. So these people immigrate thinking that they can just do and say whatever they want. But then as soon as they come in here with that assumption, we're like, hey, there's rules, there's regulations, there's all this shit, don't do that.
Right,
so
but there is rules and regulations.
Now they give us backlash because they're like, wait a minute, this land of the free, I can do what I want, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah,
we gotta define the rules and say, hey, yeah, we're the land of the free, but really promote our rules and our laws and what we want. That way it's known. These people just come into the country thinking they can do what they want because that's what America is known for, the land of the free, milk and honey.
But we didn't say come over here and turn our country into the country that you didn't want to live in anymore.
No, but is that our fault or is that other countries' fault that they're coming from? If you think about it, Aaron, what you're saying, it sounds a lot to me like a child that has really strict parents their entire life, and the first chance they get free on their own, they go out and wild the fuck out because they're so.
Oh, that too, yeah. Because now they're looking for a place to wild out. But America, we promote ourselves as the place you can wild out.
No, that's what I'm saying. So, like in America, it's like it's their first chance of being free, and then, like you're saying, that you come to America and they're like, listen, you can do what you want to do as long as you don't infringe on other people's shit. And they don't understand that concept. And there's like
it's kind of like a senior in high school picking a college, right? But they want a party college. So they're like, oh, yeah, bro, I'm going to LSU, bro. Hell yeah, fucking, you know what I mean?
But it's like, not everybody.
You know what I mean? No, so coming over thinking America's a party country.
It's not everybody, but the people that want to come here, They wanted to leave their country because it was so bad.
Right,
but then the people who are trying to turn, but they want to turn this country into that. We can't deny that there are people like that. That's the problem.
Oh yeah, there is people like that.
You can be whatever you want to be, but you're not going to change the entire country. Like, and there are people like that. We can't pretend that there's not.
Yeah, there definitely is. I just think that we just need
to be me. Like it's like me trying to force people to be Christian. Like I am religious, but I couldn't push it on somebody else. Like, that's sort of where I'm coming from. But if you read the Quran and you know this, does it not say in there that you can do whatever you want to someone who is not Muslim? Because it does, and it says that the whole world will be Muslim one day. Like,
yeah,
I don't know.
It's called the caliphate.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, I actually read the Quran when I was locked up. I read the Quran, the Torah, and the Bible because I was down in the hole for 6 months straight. And in the hole, they don't allow canteen or books, magazines, and none of that. And
it's solitary?
Yeah, it was solitary 23-1. 23-hour lockdown, 1 hour rec.
For how long?
6 months.
Dude, that's
I
not
didn't
good
do the 1 hour
mentals.
rec though because it was like at 5-6 o'clock in the morning. And it was outside in like a dog kennel cage. I'm like, yeah, I'm good, bro. Fuck you. So, anyways,
that shit's not good
for
your mental health.
Yeah, definitely not.
Damn.
So, to keep my mind sharp and not go crazy, the only thing we were allowed to read was religious material. So after I banged out the Bible again, I'm like, all right, what else you got? You got the Quran, the Torah, send it.
Yeah.
I'm trying to read.
I think the Quran that's a good
me
thing.
Up because you got to read it backwards. Yeah, Quran, you got to read backwards. It fucked me up.
I know.
But and then the Torah was cool. They all got the same fucking stories.
Yeah, because they're all Abrahamic religions. They just branched out. They're all Abrahamic religions. Like, and there are peaceful Muslims. I'm not saying they're not, because there are. Like,
right. Well, it's like extremists in every religion. So it's like with Christianity, Catholicism, Jewish, Muslim, all of that, they all believe in the same thing. They just have a different messenger. So, like, Islam is Muhammad. You know, Christians, Catholics is Jesus.
Yep.
It's all the same story. It's just a different main character in the book.
It's just a twist. There's like a twist on it.
Right.
Here's the funny part, though, right?
It's like, who got the credit? Oh, this book gives that guy the credit. This book gives that guy the credit.
Like, because it's crazy because, like, they say that the leader of Iran is a religious zealot. He's a radical. But I'm like, isn't Benjamin Netanyahu a religious radical? I mean,
Benjamin Netanyahu was just at the Western Wall with Marco Rubio.
Dude, what are we doing over there, man? Like,
I'm
against terrorism. Like, I'm not a fan of Hamas or Hezbollah or Houthis, but I'm also not a fan of starving children to death. Like, it's rough,
when you say that, what do you mean? What do you mean by what are we doing over there, bro? Israel's been there as far back as anything's dated. It's been
but finish it up.
It's been there for fucking thousands of years.
But what I'm saying is finish it up. Because the world is watching, dude.
Well, this is the problem with the tolerant. Here's where the debate goes with being tolerant. Like we're saying, you can't fight violence with violence. Well, here's a prime example of when you don't fight violence with violence. Look, Israel is a perfect example because they stopped fighting with the Muslims for a fucking long time. Now it's come to a boiling point again. Now there needs to be an equal sign again, and the equal sign becomes violence. So is it like, I get like you can't. It makes sense to us as civilized people to not fight violence with violence, but is there different opportunities? I shouldn't say opportunity is a bad word, but are there different areas of when it's necessary? Like,
how do you do it? Because they literally teach kids in school, if they're even able to go to school, but they literally teach children in Palestine that the only good Jew is a dead one. Like that's a problem. Like, that's a problem.
But then on the flip side, because of that, now you have the Jewish people
becoming the Jewish people that are becoming like what they fear most, though, kind of like they're gonna distinguish.
This is something that got brought to my attention, and I was looking at it like, all right, so now how Kanye been going crazy lately,
doing for a long time.
Yeah, he's been doing his wild things, and he's got his tirade against Jewish people. And he was talking about how like the Jewish people are all the bankers and all with money.
They are though. It's kind of true.
Right. So I'm like listening to him. And I'm like, that's right though. I'm like, if you look at all the CEOs of all these banks, they're all Jewish. I'm like, Jewish people, they come from Israel. I'm like, if Israel and the Jews run all of these things that run money, that run the world, of course, everybody's going to kiss Israel's ass because they the boss. Technically.
Yeah.
So that's why Marco Rubio over there, bro, Marco Rubio had a yarmulke on his head.
Is he even Jewish?
No. I thought he's a Catholic.
That's what I mean when I said. That's what I meant when I said, like, what are we doing? Because, like,
what religion is Marco Rubio?
I think you're right. I think he's a Christian, bro.
He's a Roman Catholic.
Yeah.
Why are you disrespecting your own religion and the Jewish religion by wearing a yarmulke?
So he's a Zionist.
Because he's paid for it. Because I bet you if you pulled up, ask ChatGPT, the biggest donors to the Marco Rubio Foundation and see what the biggest donors are. It's gonna give you a name. You're gonna have to say who runs that, whatever the name they give you, and I guarantee it's gonna say Stein on the end of it. You know what I mean? Steen. It's gonna be something. It's gonna
give me a list of names of the biggest donations to Marco Rubio's campaign and leaders of the organizations that donate.
Dude, that's a good point on a lot of stuff. Follow the money.
Bro,
follow the money.
It's not just the bankers, bro. The Jews run the culture. They run Hollywood. Hollywood is culture in America. That's movies. That's music.
I know.
Like,
but the biggest donor was Norman Brahman for $5 million.
But I mean,
Norman Brahman.
What religion does Norman Brahman practice?
Like we don't, but at the same time, we don't want to. Like they do control a lot of stuff, but we don't want to demonize them.
He's Jewish.
See?
Oh, Norman Brahman, the billionaire auto dealer and philanthropist from Miami, who is one of Marco Rubio's biggest donors, is Jewish. So
like,
this is why we got
these people are bought and paid for
the money system.
Bill, they're also one of the oldest civilizations too that are sitting, one of the biggest, oldest populations over time. These people have figured out how to be the top dog, and they
figured out money. Money makes the world go round, and they control it. So if they control the money, they control the world. All of these CEOs and executives from the major media companies, they're Jewish. Mm-hmm. So they're influencing this thought by programming us with television. I mean, with the internet. Now they're like, okay, cool. With the internet, bang, we'll put it in their hands. Now it's in their pockets. Perfect. And it's nothing against Jewish people. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
One of my mom's bosses that she used to work for was Jewish. Louis, he passed away, R.I.P. Louis. He was a great guy. The dude was like a grandfather to me. You know what I mean? And I learned all about like kosher meals and stuff because like I couldn't have a cheeseburger around him. And I was like, my bad, bro. I like cheeseburgers. And he was like, nah, bro, you can't do that. That's not kosher. I'm like, what does that mean?
Yeah, because you can't have meat and cheese together.
Meat and cheese, yeah.
Like, you can't have a pepperoni pizza, bro. Yeah, I had a friend in high school who was Jewish and only ate kosher stuff. Like, it is kind of interesting stuff, but, like, yeah, like... but no, it's not to demonize Jewish people, but you're right. There's starting to be too much control. Like, I think that Israel is too involved in our government. Like... There's a lot of stuff, man. Like they're making government officials like saying an oath to Israel. Have you heard of this?
Mm-hmm.
And they're saying like you can't badmouth them. They're trying to tell companies that if you badmouth Israel at all,
you'll get fired.
We're gonna destroy your businesses and shit like that.
Hold on. With that being said, Jews run the world and they've ran the world for a long time. It's widely known. Now let's back this up. Why did Germany in World War II? What were they doing?
They're trying to take over the world.
No. What started Germany? Started fucking eradicating all the Jews out of their country.
Mm-hmm.
think about that. What if Germany was like, I know what you motherfuckers are, and I'm not saying right or wrong. Let me make this clear before I say that what I'm about to say.
Yeah, you better.
This is not. I'm not saying that this is the right way to do
No,
it. But
I get where you're going. That they knew that,
saying.
like, hey,
They
the Jews run the world. We're gonna stop you from running the world, so we all have our own power.
We're gonna get you out of my country. Get the fuck out of Germany, because I see what you guys are doing with everyone else. I don't want you doing it here. And I'm not saying what they did was right, but they're like, get the fuck out. And they started fucking putting them in concentration camps and then treating them like absolute animals.
What the Jewish people did that was genius is they made their culture a religion. So now it's a stickier situation when somebody attacks a religious belief instead of just a group of people. If the grouping of people is religious, that's a whole different level of fucked up.
It's a whole much worse. Yeah, it's a whole nother level of worse.
So the imagery there and the perception is like, nah, man, you can't touch us. We religious.
And they ran the narrative too. And they ran the narrative for World War II too. So you know what I mean? Like this, if you watch conspiracy theory things, they're like, oh, 6 million Jews died. They're like, did it really? I'm not saying it didn't happen. Was it 6, or did you overinflate it to make it look worse than it was in order to draw people in for help?
I think every war, all the numbers are inflated. Not only just the Holocaust, World War II. I think World War I, Civil War. You know what I mean? They just always boost up the numbers to show how bad the war is to stop war.
Like, but I hadn't really. Oh, sorry.
Go ahead, Styles.
No. I was gonna say I hadn't really heard this before. Like, it has to do with you guys talking about, but that they were saying that Hitler was really pushing Christianity, and he was against like gays and stuff. Is that stuff true?
From what
that's what I've heard.
That's what it said. I mean, I wasn't around then to know this.
Right. I mean, I
literally heard people saying. I literally heard people saying like, we fought the wrong war and stuff. Like, I don't know, man. That's wild. Like, but I know what Joey's saying about like they did inflate numbers, but it's not to take anything away from the Holocaust. But
you can't exterminate people.
Catastrophic event.
I get why we went to Germany, because you can't exterminate people, just like what happened to Charlie Kirk. You can't exterminate people, but trying to play devil's advocate, trying to look at something from both sides. If we know that there's a faction of people in your household, break it down to your household, my household, yours, you know what I mean? If there was a couple people in your household that you knew was absolutely destroying your house, you would try to get rid of them. You wouldn't let them stay there.
Right.
Germany just went about it a very, very, very wrong way. You know what I mean?
They're like, we're going to do this fast.
And we're going to and killing people and cooking them and doing all that crazy shit. That is not.
Yeah, dude. They did a lot of wild. Dude, they were doing crazy stuff. Like, they were trying to find, like, stuff that was in the Bible, like the Ark of the Covenant and stuff. Like, they were up to some wild ass shit.
Playing devil's advocate again, how much of that is actually true? Because if knowing what we know now, if Jews run culture and Jews run news and Jews run banking, well, then the narrative coming out was set by the Jews.
So if I'm
the one getting oppressed, and I also can write the narrative for it. Oh, bro, I'm writing a sob story to draw everyone on my side.
Mm-hmm.
Again, I'm not promoting.
No, like you're saying it's propaganda. But I saw a video, and how do I know that it's right? But it was Hitler's speeches, and there was subtitles, and like the stuff that he was saying was not what I thought he would be saying. Like, has anybody ever listened? And I'm not. Like I said, I'm not.
Video the other day, my boy Cali Azul sent me. There was Putin and President Xi talking, and it was translated at the bottom, and they were talking about
living for 150.
Yeah, the organs. And they're like, yeah, we'll just keep switching out organs.
Yeah,
and I'm like,
China.
If it makes like, all right, if you got enough money and you got the hospital with everything that it needs, technically you can do that.
Because China is organ harvesting. Like, you know how they control the Uyghurs? You know how they control the Uyghurs and they're like slaves and stuff? Yeah. I heard that they're also killing them and taking their organs and stuff. Like,
you could literally be 110 years old but have 25-year-old organs in your body. Same thing with your blood, bro. They can drain your blood 1 liter at a time and put in fresh fucking 18-year-old blood.
But that's fucked, man. That's playing God. That's evil.
Now that they're doing all this, right, and this talks, and we do have the technology to...
It's not ethical.
True, it's not ethical. However, in the Bible, they were living up to hundreds of years old.
We have to kill people to get their organs, though.
people are gonna die anyways. That like in America we have organ donors. You know what I mean? So that's organ harvesting in a way. It's just we're getting it donated. We're not killing for it. But if we do have to kill in a war, whatever like that, who's to say future wars, when we move the bodies after the war, we don't go fucking take out all their organs and anything that's good before we like bury them?
Like, yeah, like that stuff. Like, yeah, if it's ethical, but I'm so worried that the way that people are, and you know they're already like cloning. I'm sorry, but they're already cloning people. Like is that ethical?
Well,
like
when we get older, we get wiser. Well, we get wiser when we get older. So I know I've gotten smarter and wiser every year. I've got older. It's like I've smartened up. You know what I mean? Yeah. A lot smarter than when we was kids. So
absolutely. Just
imagine if we lived another 100 years. Some of these elderly people that live up to like 100 years old, you have a conversation with them, bro. They tell you about the fucking world. They tell you about everything. They dropping gems every sentence.
How do you think people did it? Like, you're right, because there's a lot of writings in ancient civilizations. I still think as technologically advanced as we think we are, that there's stuff that we don't know, man, because how did these people do some of that stuff?
We poison ourselves with our food sources.
That's a good point.
You know what I mean? So
can I ask you?
We gave ourselves health issues that cause us to die early, in my opinion. And they did that way we don't have full freedom and control like we used to do back in the day. You got to get people to kill off.
The people that actually run this fucking the coup that actually runs this planet. They don't want you living for 100 years because they don't want the 100-year-old telling the 20-year-old how it used to be, because they want change. These people at top always want to be on. To stay on top like that, you always have to be constantly moving the pinning the needle somewhere, shooting the herd towards that direction.
Moving the pieces.
And you can't have someone that's 100 years old, 150 years old, telling them how it was in 1900s, because that doesn't fit the narrative that they're trying to push now.
So things have changed. And they're like a quarterback, and they give the football to the running back who's younger. Here, run that.
I actually have a legit reason to cut you guys off for 1 second. Joey, how do you know that dude John? Because I invited him on the podcast, and I think he's about to come on.
Facebook, actually. I seen him through hip. I think it was through hip hop. He was on somebody's page. I seen him posting.
Yeah. I sent him the link.
I sent him commenting, and then on top of that, I seen like it got one of the things got political, and I saw what he said, and I was like, it just aligned with what I was like. I was thinking that same shit. I was like, all right. I started liking his shit, you know what I mean? And then fucking slowly jump on his page.
He said he's taking a break. He said, give me a second. I'm going to take a break at work. He's coming out to come up. But yeah, dude, like when I watch his video, yeah, dude, yeah, he had a lot to say, like, and that's sort of my point, man. Like I wish people would just like stop being so hateful, because it's not about color. Like I've seen, like at first I was thinking like, am I just an angry old white man? But then I see like so many people who are not white who were saying the same things I was saying. You know what I mean? Like, what do you mean?
A little bit, maybe.
Yeah, I mean maybe a tiny, but like like I'm like, I was arguing with somebody I went to high school with.
Isn't bad, bro. I know you, so I know your heart intent isn't bad. You're not racist. You know, I know because I know you. Other people don't, so they only
or a bigot, right? And I see this because I was arguing with a kid from high school, and he's like it was a kid that I was saying he said a bunch of fucked up shit, and I was like, can I ask you a question? Do you think, because people always hit me with that, I was like, you know me, do you think that I'm a racist or a bigot? He's like, not at all, dude. I'm like, but it's fucked up, because like if you don't know me enough, like I guess sometimes some of the stuff I posted, it's very abrasive, could come off that way. But like, so like my wife always tells me I need to try to be a little bit kinder, so I'm trying to see if I can
trying to turn the other cheek.
You just gotta realize that on the internet, it's like the eye in the sky. You are always being watched. You are always being surveillanced.
And it's so weird because, and you know this, Aaron, so many motherfuckers who won't react to your shit. They won't like it. They won't comment on it. But then you run into them in public and they're like, oh, I see your stuff all the time. I like it. Like, dude, like, so you're just like creeping on me, you motherfucker. You couldn't leave a like or a comment?
Because backlash. Like I tell my boy this all the time, right?
People are so scared to say their opinion nowadays.
Right.
The opinion piece is, yes, it's scary to voice your opinion because the backlash you'll get.
In certain jobs,
Kirk voiced his opinion.
Yeah, man.
That's all it was. His
That's
opinion.
all he did. He never hurt anyone. Like, he never hurt anyone with violence.
The man did everything he did sitting down.
And he let the people talk. I was saying to my wife, he was a better man than me because he would just put the mic down and just let them speak.
Exactly. So you never know how somebody's going to react to your opinion. Somebody you might not know from a hole in the wall might
take
just
your life.
Fucking, I seen you outside and figured out your license plate and your car. Guess what? I fucking searched you. Now I know your house. I'm gonna be there.
People do that shit.
And now they plotted out for 3 months because they didn't like what you said and it triggered them. And now
but that's mental illness, man. That's not normal thinking.
But we have a mental health crisis in America that we ignore.
I don't know why we do, because why they close down every
medication, and the medication that they do is just a guessing game. They just toss stuff. Hey, does this work? Tell me if it works.
I know a lot of people that's happening to.
People, bro. When we were growing up, we didn't need the authority figure in anyone's life to tell us this. It was always like the herd mentality. If you were 4 of your boys, were chilling, and somebody did something that's out of character, you'd be like, "Oh, you fag! Oh, stop being gay!" or whatever. Right. Like that kind of shaming, quote unquote.
It would put people in line.
It would put. This is another big reason I think why we have people who are just out of the box here, because no one's ever told them otherwise.
But you just said when we was with 4 or 5 of our boys. Now we're on the internet.
Yeah, okay.
Whole different field. It's like playing a T-ball baseball game and then going to Fenway Park.
Bro, it's like a lot more eyes on you. Opinions. It's like what we're doing right now. The 3 of us are talking to each other, right? Mm-hmm. In the same way, if Styles says something, I'll call him out on it. You know what I mean?
But you're not going to shoot me.
Right.
No, I'm not saying that, but I'm saying this is how.
No, you missed my point.
Get there. No, I get it. Yeah. To get to even shooting, bro, these are some of the areas where this builds up on it, this builds up on it, this builds up on it, or these things have been released.
I realized after getting backlash off of one of my comments on the 4 of Experience podcast, that one, it's not worth it. 2, I could just reword some shit and everybody's fine, and I can still get the same point across. And then 3, if I'm not making somebody mad, they're not going to come attack me, and I'm safe. You know what I mean? I don't got to worry about some rando fucking trying to off me one day while I'm at the grocery store. You know what I mean? Because they seen me and didn't like something I posted 3 years ago.
That's a big point. That's a big point of mine. You're not a hateful person.
Different. I got backlash from the trans community because I made a comment about back in the day, it used to be known as he-she's.
Yeah.
Isn't it? No, it's not still.
Right. Not a thing no more. So, I didn't know that. But I, being humorous and being a lyricist, I write songs, so wordplay, I just joked. I said, why was it never a she-he? I'm like, or better yet, why are we using 2 words? Let's just slim it down to 1 for shorter purposes and shims.
But that's what I'm saying. People used to have thicker skin,
I had so much backlash. But the reason why they had thicker skin is because they knew us. They were in our community. They were in our circle.
I get your point here.
Don't know us.
So to them, they could just think this person is a bigot. They hate, the LGBT community.
You know how you act when you first meet a stranger? You don't joke like that when you first meet somebody. Mm-hmm. Every day you're on the internet, you're first meeting somebody.
Damn it, Aaron. You and my wife have been making a lot of sense.
Somebody just met you for the first day on the internet, and they gonna act like, yo, what the fuck he just say? Oh, fuck him.
That's a first impression.
Yes, basically. Every day is a first impression because the internet's so huge and you can't see your audience.
And you're meeting, because there's so many people on the internet, you're meeting new people. By default, you're meeting new people every day.
So
Holy shit,
after
guys,
I had to have the conversation with the trans person who started the backlash and was like, listen, bro, I didn't mean no offense at all, bro. Like, listen, my mother's a lesbian, okay? Like,
I was gonna say, I knew you hit him with that.
To the fucking gay community, bro. Like, I love my mom. Like, okay? So the fuck, like, that's never been a problem for me. I'm like, my thing is this. I'm like, I was just doing a naming wordplay shit. I was just joking. And then he was like, listen, I get it, but I don't know you. I just popped on, and here you are talking shim this and shim that. I don't know what the fuck.
I totally get what you. I absolutely get.
So like this is. Yeah, it was like a light bulb went off. I was like, hey, nah, every day's a first impression.
Yeah, man. My wife has been saying like I said, God damn it, you and my wife have been making too much goddamn sense, you bastards.
The whole
I guess I am an. I mean, like I've always been told
on steroids.
I've always been told that I'm the most lovable asshole though, so there is that. But I should probably, now that I'm getting older, try to be a little bit more kind, tolerant. Yeah, but like that's the whole point I was trying to say to my wife.
I like a lot of the stuff you post, right? Yeah. Some of the stuff I can't approve on my timeline.
No, I know.
I'm like, yo, listen. I'm like, I just got off of some backlash and restrictions.
Yeah, I feel you.
People report me. I'm like, I don't know how he does it. And still got a Facebook.
Yeah, I'm trying to tone it down because the thing is, man, like, I really do not hate these people. Like, I really do want to live and let live. Like, I'm not one of these people, and I've known people who like are like very religious. Like I'm not even like they're going to hell and none of that stuff. Like, I don't like that type of fucking like talk. But I can see how, like, my wife was like, you say that they don't hate people. She's like, but the point is, she's like, I know you don't. But she's like, what do you think? She's like, the other day you posted a thing that said, it wasn't the other day, it was a while back. A trillion lies can't change the truth. Chicks don't have dicks.
Yeah.
And my wife was like, how do you think when someone sees that from that community, what do you look like? And I was like, yeah, like that's bad. Like, it doesn't look good.
Yeah,
like I think I'm being cute.
Some
you know
of those
what I mean?
Like, you be walking with a strap on their pants all day.
Dude, I seen that too, bro. Bro, I saw some. You've seen that in the documentaries about people who had sex changes.
I'm sorry, bro. I'm sorry, bro. I don't think what you write is bad, even on that.
It's not because we know him, and it's like we know
that. Take out. Not even knowing him.
What did he say?
But what did he say?
Chicks nothing bad. Nothing bad.
That's factual. Like,
it's science. I get it. It's all wording though. It's just the wording. Because people get too offended, especially us being in the public eye. We'll always get reported, bro. Know how many pages? I was just like Styles. Listen, my mouth was fierce, bro. I went off, like I was saying all types of things that got misconstrued. Yeah. I lost Facebooks. I lost Instagrams. I lost bro. One page I had 15,000 followers gone overnight.
Have you ever heard my TikTok story? Dude, my first TikTok for the SunDaze podcast, when it got up to over 1,500 followers, the day after the Trump won the election, sorry about that, the day after Trump won the election, they deleted and banned me. Then I started another one. When that one got up to over 2,500 followers and was doing good, they did it to me again. Now I'm not allowed, listen to this, now I'm not allowed to have an actual TikTok. You know people who says like user 234Z, that's me, and I can't change my name. I can only be an anonymous user. I can't put a profile pic. Most of my videos don't get saved to my account. Like, I use it as like a Photoshop to make a lot of my videos.
Yeah, so
and still one of them popped off.
If you just AOC your stuff and post it, you'll be able to have a TikTok though. You know what I'm saying? It's just
no, I can't. No. I've tried. They won't let me until I get a new phone number.
Now you can't. But what I'm saying in general, like if people like just reword,
you gotta play the game. That's what you're saying. Yeah, you gotta play. You gotta play the game.
I got a question though, right? No matter what you say or how you say it, isn't somebody somewhere gonna be offended? So how do you speak?
Yeah.
Like how can you speak? Because
middle line. the middle.
Aaron, I get what you're saying. Look at the percentage of people in the world, whatever fucking 7 billion people there is.
Yeah.
How many people actually sit in the LGBTQ community? I bet you it's less than 1% of the entire overall world population, right? So now I have to try to figure out how to appease. Even if it's 5% of the world.
Yeah, it's still gonna be low.
But a single digit, right? So then I have to now try to figure out a way to not piss off this minority that, if you on a grand scale, is a dot, is a period at the end of a sentence. Like, how does one do that? Then it's like, then nobody can say anything.
Like, Aaron literally said it way further back in the conversation. He said, these people used to be part of the subculture and everything was fine. Like, I don't know if that's mean to say that, but like, it's the reality. Like, and now they're trying to make it seem like everybody is this, and there's so many people who aren't even that, who pretend to be that. Like, we knew 10 years ago that it was gender dysphoria. Some people don't like to hear that, but it is. Like, it's like telling somebody who's anorexic, you're doing a good job, keep starving yourself to death. Like, I'm sorry, like, but you can still do that if you want to do it, but like, cut it. Like, what it used to be is like, you were just gay, like, and that's what kind of fucks me up a little bit, because like, to me, and this is what gets people in trouble sometimes, like, a trans woman, like, I'm fine with you doing that, being that, whatever, but aren't you a gay man? And that's an honest question. I feel like because they have some sort of embarrassment or whatever, they have to flip reality to feel better.
And cosplay to hide it. That's what it is, bro. You're dressing up as something you're not, and that's not a bad thing. If that's what you want to do, fine. My thing is with it is, if that's what you want to do, do it. Just stop throwing it in my fucking face every goddamn day, bro. I don't care. Like,
and the kid stuff is weird. And the kid stuff is weird, dude.
Do you? Just stop throwing it stop shoving it in my face every hour on the hour, every day. Like, bro, you guys aren't even 10% of the U.S. population. I don't need to hear this shit on the hour, every hour, like the most famous song 94.5 plays on at fucking 10 minutes after 10, 10 minutes after 11. That's what I mean, bro. I don't need that shit. Stop.
Programming.
Do you. Fine. I don't give a fuck. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I don't need to see that shit every day. Like,
it's programming, because it started with, like, all right, way back in the day, with like how society moved away from the N-word. Then blacks were put in TV shows like Mr. Rogers' Neighborhood with the mailman. They had their feet in the pool, broke barriers. Then it grew from there. Now some of the biggest actors, Denzel Washington, such like that. Now it's going to be the same wave that they did like that with the LGBTQ plus community.
It's already doing it.
Right.
Like,
so it's
every show, every movie.
Yeah. So you need one character or two that identify as part of that community. You need one or two that's a female. You need one or two that's black or Asian, or you need somebody who's Middle Eastern or Spanish on the show.
Even if it doesn't
diversity and the symbolism of all. And this is why. Because the internet in the world is so huge now, we kind of, to make everybody feel accepted, we have to highlight more than what was just in our communities and our neighborhoods. So now they're like, all right, we have a huge, wide audience of everybody. Who's our biggest viewers? Oh, shit, we got 50% Asian viewership. All right, we need an Asian. Cool. Bang, here we go. We got female viewership. Cool. Bring 2 females in. So if I'm a casting agent, I'm casting people that look like my audience, my biggest demographics. But I'm scattering it out. So I'm getting like, all right, the white demographic, huge, definitely a few white people. What's the next one? I'm getting a little bit of every demographic that watches my show so they can all grow and I can have a huge product.
Yeah, business-wise.
They're just scaling.
Yeah, like, I'm not against diversity. I'm really not against diversity, but they even put it in places where it doesn't make sense, like, historically.
No. You see what Aaron's saying?
They try to make...
Aaron, I agree with you. So the percentages vary, right?
But everybody should be involved.
But hold on. To take that effect, let's take it to the next step. The LGBTQ community is probably at the lowest end of that rung, which is the smallest amount. Yet it's probably the biggest right now. Shit that's on TV. So that is
because
they're a very loud community. They're very loud. They're very organized together. There's a lot of communities out there that are organized.
The media. That's the media agenda to push then. Because why? Hey, think about it. It doesn't even make sense. If you're talking about business and demographics, whatever your biggest demographic is, that's where you'd want to tailor. The top 3, that's where you're tailoring. You're not tailoring to the bottom, like 5% of anything.
I think the LGBT community is almost as tight as the Jewish community.
Yeah, but you're still only talking about a small pocket compared to.
True, but they're a strong small pocket.
But they're definitely
you
trying
say
to grow
something
it.
about their community, you're gonna get the same backlash as if you say something about the Jewish community.
But that's because the
media on your ass.
That's because the media is pushing that to make everyone. Why are they doing that? The question becomes is why is the people that are pushing that agenda forward?
They're scared of it.
Motive?
They're scared of it. They're scared of them. They're powerful. You say something bad about them or don't include them, bro, they on you.
I'm not saying that everybody is trying to indoctrinate people, but there's a lot of that going on because, like Joey is saying, they are such a small percentage of the population. All of a sudden, we've exploded with it.
Yeah,
like I always say this.
You said 9% of the world. That's it.
9%.
Right.
Yeah.
Right,
So
but it used to be
every 10 people, for instance.
Yeah.
Say, you know what I mean?
But it used to be like 1%, and now we're at 9%. But what I was gonna say is, the problem I have with it is that there's a few different. I think people don't talk about this enough. There's a few different types. So there are the people who I believe absolutely have gender dysphoria, and they believe that they feel that they're in the wrong body and everything like that. And then there's people who they're seeing that these people are getting attention, and no one can deny this exists, and they just do it. They don't actually feel that way, but they because people say, "Oh, you're so brave," you get a lot of attention. And then the ones I really have a problem with are dudes. They're mostly dudes who just are fucking creeps. Who they don't feel like they're women, but they want to dress up like women and get in fucking women's bathrooms because that absolutely exists. But not everybody who's a trans woman is that person though. This is
the girls don't give those kids, those boys you're talking about. They don't get attention for females, so they're so scrambling to get any kind of attention. They're like, I'll dress up.
They're part of the incel
community. Then I can be one. I can be in the bathroom with them. When they take their shirt off or they're changing the locker room, I get to see a pair of titties that isn't on Pornhub.
And because that's out there now, I feel like, all right, we got fucking however many genders now. Well, guess what? We got different fucking bathrooms now.
Right, if I thought that every
trans female bathroom and a trans male bathroom in my opinion. 4 different bathrooms.
Yeah.
Well, 5. I would put 5. I would make a kid's bathroom.
So, just to give you an idea of what those cost, you're talking like each bathroom in a commercial area, on average, the size of the bathroom they do is like $20,000 or $30,000.
Okay, great. You want to push it, then you pay for it.
But what happens?
Otherwise, don't talk about it no more.
But what happens?
Tax them.
No, what happens when that's unfair tax. But whatever. What happens when a business wants to start and they don't have those ideals? Why should they have to spend? They're already spending say $50,000 on two bathrooms, right?
I get it.
2 bathrooms. Why should they have to then spend another $50,000 for the other 3 if they don't want to? You know what I mean?
Well, that's why a lot of these places now have that family bathroom.
Yeah, the unisex bathrooms.
Yeah. So it's like, hey, listen, if you walk into this public restroom, just know there's going to be everything in there.
Mm-hmm.
So just know the sign on the door.
Yeah.
Which puts it back to the purchasing class now. Because if you're a consumer, you have the right or not right to go to that place knowing that.
Right.
Because some places like bars and clubs.
It goes back to us as the ones that drive this.
So it's like, hey, you put the unisex bathrooms at least.
If I feel like I don't want to go there, I don't have to. But if I don't care, I can. It comes back. It gives you
the right,
your power back. You know what I mean?
like there's a lot of clubs and shit that have like co-ed bathrooms and stuff like that. But you realize what I was saying about what my concern is that if I really thought that every trans woman really was somebody with gender dysphoria who believe they're a woman, I wouldn't be worried about it. But it's the dudes who are the creeps that concerns me. But that's not all of them. That's sort of the point I'm trying to make. Isn't that a thing to be?
Some of them are definitely just doing it to be creepy.
As a husband and a father of 2 daughters, I feel like do I not have a right to just have a little bit of concern? But I don't think that everybody is that. I truly don't. I don't know, man.
Because there's definitely creeps out there. That's why
what about
at least be a kid's bathroom.
We bringing somebody up.
Under 16, under 15,
guys,
under 14 bathroom or something.
I don't even know who it is, but I'm about to bring somebody up.
Dun, 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 dun.
Harriet Thugman. Who's Harriet Thugman? Anybody know?
That's John.
Okay, yeah.
It's a hell of a name flip.
Why didn't he come in? Oh, at the stage. I brought him up, but
Can you hear me?
I can hear you, but I can't see you.
All right. So right now, I'm driving home from work right now, but I'll turn on my camera either way. There we go.
There you go.
What's up?
Hey, what's going on, guys? How you guys doing?
Good. How you doing?
Hell yeah, man. Just got out of work, you know what I'm saying? I mean, it's a beautiful day out. I'm smiling. You guys are smiling. That's good.
Yeah.
How y'all?
Yeah, so real quick, I'm Styles. This is FiF. This is Aaron.
All-Nighter.
What's good, dog? I see y'all all the time on Facebook and everything else, you know what I mean?
Likewise.
And I see you too. Yeah. I love that live. That last live you did.
Yeah.
So what you trying to talk about today on the show?
Talk about that live. I was gonna ask you. I was like, you want to talk about what happened yesterday and why you had to do it and why you had to do that live?
So I went live yesterday mainly just because of the fact. Oh shit! Obviously, we all know about what happened to Charlie Kirk, and rest in peace to him. We see what's going on in the world. We see the message that's always being brought across to everybody, and kind of just like everyone are kind of a little bit of sheepish and everything else. So me speaking, out about it. I like to speak out about everything. That's just how I am. I was raised that way. People started calling me a coon. They started calling me a house nigga.
I saw it.
Yeah, I had even white people sharing the Django photo with Samuel Jackson holding Leonardo DiCaprio, which I mean that's wrong within itself. But I pretty much wanted to go on there and kind of just let people realize what they're saying. You know what I mean? The definition of what a coon was and what that depicted. And that was completely opposite of me. But at the same time, Yeah, go ahead.
I feel like the left, and I just want to ask you what you think about it. I feel like the left is like obsessed with race, and what you're saying is all just like common sense logic shit. Like it's got nothing to do with whether you're black or white or brown. It
really doesn't. It really doesn't. So it's kind of funny. Recently, I want to say that I fully have accepted, Jesus Christ as my savior. I've always been very inquisitive about religion. I've always asked questions. I've always done research.
Me too.
And it's funny that throughout my research, one thing I found out that there was people, that have done obviously studies on old, I guess you could say, bones and skulls and everything else from whenever they dug up over the Holy Land and everything else that date back to biblical times, to the biblical Hebrews. And one of the findings was that they actually matched the same skulls as some of the African American slaves that were over here. So the correlation was that pretty much because there's tribes of Hebrew, that one of the tribes most likely could have been the African American slaves that were also sold to America at the time.
In the Bible, it said Jesus had the hair of sheep's wool and the skin the color of copper bronze.
Exactly.
Yeah, Jesus was a brown man. Yeah.
Man, you know what I'm saying? So we have to also take that into consideration when it comes down to just religion. And when you think about the battle between good and evil, right? Evil wants to always deceive the good. They want to change the good into bad. You know what I mean? That's the number one thing for the devil.
Obverse. It's a flip.
Exactly, because he wants to spit in the face of God and say, "Ha ha ha! I took one of your children, and now he's mine." So the left, one thing that they like to do is that they like to coddle. Okay, they like to make everyone feel like, "Oh, we all love you." You know what I mean? We're all in this together. But at the same time, still remind them that they were oppressed and are still oppressed. And one of the things I started learning from, especially a lot of Black conservatives, is that they broke free of those chains of feeling like they're always oppressed, being the victim, and having that anger and that hate. Because anger and hate is not a God emotion. That's not a God-given emotion. We're taught to love, we're taught to forgive, and to move forward. And hate comes from evil. So
Absolutely.
I guess you could say for a force to be able to keep, especially black people who could be, the biblical Hebrews, one of God's first peoples, to keep them rooted in hate, it makes them not realize their true potential. You know what I'm saying? I mean, again, that's where Charlie Kirk was completely correct. Granted, I understand that a lot of black people, they don't think that white people should speak upon black people's issues, which I think that's stupid because it's not a black or white issue. It's, society issue. It's how we live as people. You feel me? So, because if a white man kills a white man, I'm going to be sad, which I was. You know what I'm saying? That's still my brother in Christ. Black man kills a black man, I'm gonna be sad. I was sad about George Floyd. It's unfortunate. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Do people say hurtful things? Of course they do. Not everyone. People will change over, the drop of a dime once they start to understand and learn things. Ignorance is what makes us mean. You know what I mean? We don't know stuff. We don't know anything. So, I mean, my whole life in general, we're just trying to wake people up and just be realizing that, like, you know what? Sometimes you have to just. You can't keep staying in that spot of being a victim and always hating and cheering on because someone that you don't agree with passed away. That's not correct. That's not godlike.
It's wild.
And you feel me? And I'm not saying that black people are God's. We are all God's chosen, people at the end of the day. But you have to understand about your roots and where you come from and your background, and not to fall into this trap. I mean, again, Kirk was really point when it came down to his percentages of crime and murder and all that stuff.
His
And
stats.
he kept bringing up the black people because you know what? A lot of Christians also know that black people it's like a little something special about them. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not saying special as in that they're better than people, but there's something that's within them that's different from the rest of the world sometimes.
Now,
And
I want to ask you a quick question, real quick.
Of course.
We were just talking about how powerful certain communities are, like Jewish community, the LGBT plus community. I personally feel like there's certain communities that don't unify within each other to make themselves powerful.
Yes.
Do you feel like that's a problem within the black and brown community?
Of course. I mean, think about this, right? If you are God's chosen people, and let's just say that evil's within parts of the government, right? The easiest way to make sure that they're not powerful is by splitting them up and turning them against each other. When there's no unity, there's not going to be any strength. You feel me? And that might be one of the scariest things for number one. That's terrifying for government. Government does not really like unity because of the fact that means that it's whole group of people against one little government.
We could turn on them.
The government can't push.
Exactly. We could turn on them.
Listen, I had a gang in my neighborhood growing up. I was the only white boy around, and I was like, hey, why don't we fight to buy the block? Let's just buy this shit.
Yes, exactly. I mean, I'm not sure if anybody's ever seen Boys in the Hood. You know what I mean?
Lawrence Fishburne, classic.
He sits there and talks about how black men are sitting here, selling drugs on the block, which is killing your neighborhood, killing your society. You guys are fighting over blocks that don't belong to you. The street does not belong to you guys. You guys die, new people will come in, and then that's it. If the government feels like moving y'all out, they'll move y'all out.
Message for years.
I like what you were saying about history too on that live, and about how too many people are so ignorant, like they don't know history. Like the Republicans freed the slaves. Like I say this all the time, like we stopped slavery in this country. I think a lot of people don't realize that there are over 8 million modern day slaves in Africa. I don't see any outrage. I don't see these people also in the Middle East, and like every type of person, every nationality throughout history have been slaves.
Which is very true.
At some point in time.
Which is very true. And that's the thing I don't like, because we make it seem like white Americans are different from any other Caucasian human being ever. You know what I'm saying? Like, again, we are all immigrants to this country. You know what I'm saying? We are all immigrants, meaning that even our ancestors that came here, we were not all born here. You know what I mean? There are some indigenous people here, but most of us, majority of us, are not indigenous, which we have to just come to terms that, you know what? At the same time, we are all foreign to this land, even though we are born here. And at one point in time, our ancestors were enslaved by other people. Now, I'm not saying slavery was correct, but that was the way of thinking back then. That's how they handle things. You know what I'm saying? That's how things work. And we can't get upset over what was. You feel me? Especially when things have changed. Exactly. We can't change that. Staying in the past is not going to do anything for you. Now, what you're doing is that you're taking this slavery that happened in the past, and you're now trapped mental slavery. You know what I'm saying? Because now you're always just having that hate. You're always having that anger. For what though? You feel me? Because at the same time, it's just like you're never just gonna be happy. You know what I mean? Like, and that's the one thing is that like once you get rid of that hate, you get happy, bro. You know what I mean? I've never been so happy in my life.
I know. I loved what you were saying about your family and about work and like and all that stuff. Yeah, man, I just feel like we're at a crossroads in this country. And like I was saying, these guys, I don't like to push religion on anyone, but like when I was in church this morning, I saw people of every color all under the same roof. They said a prayer for Charlie Kirk and stuff, and it's just like, not that you have to go to church, but when people like believe in God more, like I feel like people were like, oh, I'm not gonna believe in God anymore because then I can just be as deviant as I want, and that's just fine. Like I don't know, like.
So, so one of the main things, I actually had an argument with someone as well because we were talking about freedom. They were saying that Republicans, they like to brainwash people and then lie about freedom because if we were so free, then we wouldn't tell people what to do with their kids. You know what I mean? Which like with the sex change stuff. That right there, the word freedom is misconstrued because of the fact that people think that means I can do whatever I want. It doesn't matter. I'm free to do it. No, there's still rules. There's still laws. Since the Bible, there's been rules and laws. Moses did the 10 Commandments. Those are rules and laws to live by, just morally wise. You know what I'm saying? So when the word freedom means that you are free to practice whatever religion, love who you want to love, listen to whatever music you want to listen to, because countries you can't do that. There's no slavery. You know what I mean? So one of the main focal points, especially for like satanic occults, is not even the focal points, but like a saying is "do what thy will," and that pretty much just means do what I want. I do what I want to do. If I feel like this is what I want to do, I'm gonna do it. I don't care if it's good or bad. I'm gonna do it. And
that's all about me. Like that's
exactly. And it's and idolizing yourself and overly praising. Like obviously, you should be happy about yourself. You should be happy of your accomplishments. But to put yourself above God, above law, like that is different. You know what I'm saying? And again, that just shows and proves more for the evil. And I'm sorry, but the left shows that more. I'm not left or right. You know what I'm saying? I'm more of a centrist. I believe in conservative beliefs, but I'm also okay with progressive thoughts and everything else, and gay marriage. Go ahead. I can't tell people who they
live
love.
And let live. Live and let live. Yeah,
exactly. Your life does not affect my life. Just don't put bring any harm to me or my family. But now, where people think it's okay to kill someone due to not having the same belief, now I'm a little scared because I went from being a super outspoken person. I had a podcast as well, and now it's like I'm scared to do those things because what if someone gets upset and then just takes me out because of that?
But that's what they want. That's what they want.
My wife is white, but they want to shut us up.
Exactly. That's why.
They want to shut.
And I was saying that's why I don't care anymore.
And I think people don't realize like Christian, not everybody has to be Christian, but Christian morals and values is what made Western civilization what it is. Like that's why we're not a third world country. And what you were saying about Islam, and I saw all the crap that people were giving you, like I'm sorry, I'm not saying there's not peaceful Muslims, but if you've read the Quran, like these people intend to inherit the world, and that's
yes. I mean, you look at or like I said, over in UK, you can see that's pretty much
Oh.
what the goal is.
We were talking about it.
It's a good choice of words.
Yeah.
It hits
That's
different when you say that.
perfect. It does hit different, but that's the thing, though. You need to use words like that hits different so people could understand. Because if you say "take over the world," they think that is some Pinky in the Brain type shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But in reality, it's
earlier, you gotta like really be careful of your wording on your message now, because every day on the internet is your first impression for somebody. So
which is very true.
Your first impression, you act real professional and like you don't really joke with people until they get to know you. So you can't do that on the internet now because every day somebody meets you for the first time.
And I sort of get what you're saying, like, because like basically saying like you don't have to be silent, but maybe just, and I think everyone should do this, tone the fucking rhetoric down just a tad.
Yeah.
Like we used to be able to talk to each other in this country. Like, I still try to like befriend people who are like, as long as they're not like way radical liberals, like, because we should be able to fucking talk shit out, because once you stop talking, that's when violence starts. And I said to these guys early in the show, I'm like, do you agree with me that if you have to shoot a man with a microphone in his hand, you already lost the debate? Like,
exactly. That's very true. But it also shows how threatening, truth is, to most people. You know what I mean?
Reality,
a lot of people they don't want to hear that. You know what I'm saying? But going back to talking about your tone and stuff like that, one thing I did learn from Charlie Kirk, because I didn't just start watching him when he passed away. One thing, exactly. So one thing that he does all the time is that every time someone comes up or right before he starts his debates, is that he tells his crowd to make sure you guys treat everyone with respect. You know what I'm saying? He shows love to everybody, whether they agree with him or not. He tells them, may God be with you, God bless you. You know what I'm saying? That's the difference, is that if I came and I was speaking hateful right off the bat, like, you fucking idiots. Instead I came on here, I said I'm happy, I'm smiling, you know what I mean? God's favor, all this stuff. When I leave from you guys today, I'm gonna tell you guys, God bless, make sure you guys stay good, stay safe. It's showing that I don't have the intention to hurt you or to even
you're not a hateful
to
person.
shit on you. Exactly. I'm having a discussion with you. We might have different views. Maybe your view will make me be more tolerant of what's going on and what I see, and I can also change the way that I try to bring my message, to other people, because you never know. Since that moment, I've actually had people apologize to me for sending me those house nigga fucking memes and stuff. There's a
that was
person
wild, by the way. That was wild.
What's even crazy is, like, I've known him. Like, when I first started doing stand-up comedy, that was like my mentor. He helped me out with my confidence and everything else. So it was very confusing to see something like that. And him to say publicly and just say, hey, you know what? I got caught up in all of the social media shit. I got caught up in all this hate and all this emotion stuff, and I wanted to piss you off.
But at least he was man enough. But at least he was man to say that. Because like we were talking about this. Like, it's a very weird thing that goes on with some liberals, that they somehow feel that black and brown people can't be racist towards white people. Like, I don't know where this fucking weird idea came from. But
no, I mean, to be honest with
racism is racism, and all of it's fucking gross.
Yeah, I know more black people that are racist than white people. I mean, don't get me wrong, I've dealt with it, but
I know black people who are racist against other black and brown people. Like, it's fucking insane. Like,
I mean,
the hate is real out here.
Dr. Umar Johnson, and every time a black person tries to say that I'm cooning or whatever it is, I say, yo, we sit here and we allow Dr. Umar Johnson to sit there and call white people the devil. He calls them calcified, pineal devils,
and calling people Nazis and Hitler and stuff. Like, that's dehumanizing.
That's crazy. I was just watching something today, and it's that when you call people Nazi and Hitler, you're putting them in a category for someone that you would want to cause harm to. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
No one wants a Nazi around. Nobody wants Hitler around. We eliminated.
And they're hyping up these mentally ill people. Like, they do have to take some of the credit for it. They're hyping up people who are mentally, because these people are thinking, I'm gonna kill somebody who's a Nazi, who's Hitler. Like, I'm gonna save the world.
I'm about to save the world. Exactly.
This is why I think we need to worry more about mental health right now and support people that have mental health instead of like outcast them. Because once we outcast them, the government's like, hey, we're going to use them in our message of propaganda to control everybody.
Exactly.
So like they'll push their narratives, and then the people that are outcasts of society are going to be the radicals, because there's no structures, no support system, no nothing. It's always somebody who's broken home. The Charlie Kirk shooter, he left his family. I mean, didn't want nothing to do with them anymore
because he became radical.
Because they were conservative. He went to these radical colleges and got brainwashed.
Right.
But not just that, they say that he actually has a transgender partner.
Yeah, his roommate in college is transgender, supposedly.
So, you know what I mean? Like, eventually, you might adopt that if you're not strong within your own faith. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So
colleges and universities is a problem in this country, to be honest.
They really are. And that's what radicalizing people. That man went to these colleges who's pretty much indoctrinating children into, the leftist ideology, and he's over there preaching God and conservatism to these colleges, and these colleges just keep letting him come in. Yeah, sure. And he's like, you know what? I'm gonna tell you guys right now, college is a waste of money. That's insane to me. You know what I'm saying? Like that to me is like going into a slaughterhouse.
But I think it's all part of the
brainwashing factories.
If I'm big government, right, and I want to control, I'm using all of the disguise of colleges to indoctrinate and teach what I want to teach. John D. Rockefeller already said public school system was to create workers, not thinkers. So we already know that the schooling system is to train us. So now we make college degrees mean so much. You get a little bit more money for being a slave for your whole life. And guess what? You got this piece of paper. Doesn't mean shit, but it means that we got to train you a little bit longer.
Don't forget about the lifelong debt that a lot of people have too, which adds more to your stress and your mental health.
Right. Yeah. So now it'll be easier for us to control you because we weaken your mental health with the debt, the stress, and
with both the mother.
Think how much money they recoup. Think how much money they recoup on that, bro. They know by censuses that next year, foreseeable, this isn't written in stone, but there'll be 30,000 extra jobs in a certain field. But yet they let 80,000 students into this field. Well, what happens to the other 50,000 that have to pay tuition for a job that doesn't exist for them?
That's how they pay for their program.
A lot of kids can't even get jobs. A lot of kids can't even get jobs. Like, dude, and like the way that society has become, where both the mother and the father have to go out and kill themselves working. So then these people are raising your kids, and like I said, like
they pay for the programming. They pay for the programming with the debt and the tuitions, and now they can program all of us if you've gone to college or not. And then it's like, okay, to act like you're not controlling, let somebody like Charlie Kirk tour the whole fucking country and get huge. Allow that to be in the algorithm. Allow him to have millions of followers. And then I think the government, somebody, behind all of this, because, hey, guess what? This kid isn't just doing this on his own. It's not just some random mental health shit. It was too clean of an exit, too clean of a getaway. He was up there.
I'm open-minded about it, but
nobody on campus seeing that. Come on, the heightened security of schools nowadays, especially with his Charlie Kirk security team. That's
he should have had better security too, man. Like, but it did seem like some sort of an ambush, because they had been talking on like Discourse or whatever for a couple of days, saying that he was going to get killed. Like, that's why, like,
I mean, what about the tweet it was from a trans kid. He said, Charlie Kirk is going to be speaking at my school tomorrow. I hope he, like, someone that needs to melt him or some shit, something like that.
Oh, by the way, did you guys? They hope they liquidate him.
They liquidate him. The government. That's what it is. Just fucking get everybody divided even more, so they can govern us even more.
I do like you point on that.
Two things can be right. Two things can happen at the same time. Both of what you're saying, I agree with.
I think it's also a sacrifice from the Republicans.
What about that book?
I'm the leader of the Republican Party. I want Charlie Kirk out right now.
Do you guys see that book on Amazon?
100 million Charlie Kirks.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you. Yeah. Guess what? I just won the midterms and the next election.
Yeah.
Yeah. Did you guys see the book that came out the day before he got shot?
Yeah.
That said the shooting of like that. Like,
It said he was going to get shot in Utah. at Utah University. It said it. The book that came out the
The
day
book
before he went
said
to
it.
Utah
It was
University
published the
said he was
day
going to get
before he
shot.
got shot, Aaron.
Yeah.
What do you,
Like,
have you seen that shit?
government, I'm leaving those stepping stones and little breadcrumbs so everybody's
they
like,
always
hey,
do.
you see this? You
They
see that?
always do that.
A
They always
psyop.
do
A
breadcrumb
psyop.
trail.
You're
Yeah,
right. It
always.
could potentially be a psyop.
Well, another
But
thing
I
is
just think
Won
that
the
look-
election. It just won the election for the Republicans. There's nothing
It's
the
definitely
Democrats
midterm.
will be able to do.
Oh, I think it definitely hurt them in the midterms.
Yeah.
Because they were probably going to do okay in the midterms. In 2028, I mean,
Not
I
anymore.
didn't even know. Like, hopefully, like I said, we need like 8 years of JD Vance after Trump, and we should be
JD
we should be
Vance
able
is a
to clean up.
gangster.
We should be
I
able to.
like
Dude,
JD.
that
JD
was a
be telling people
pretty.
what it is, and I love it. He says it straight face, and that's my type of person. That's why I like Trump a little bit. You know what I mean? I'm from New York. He's from New York. He says it how it is. It might not be the best thing that you want to hear, but he says it how it is.
He's real.
That was
Sometimes.
very powerful
Yeah.
seeing JD Vance helping carry Charlie's casket onto Air Force Two. Like, that was a pretty sobering thing to see. Like,
Listen,
you know what
I
mean?
want to know
Yeah.
who's behind the speechwriters. That's who I want to know. I want to know who's behind the person
Call
writing the
Chat
speech.
GPT.
Who said? Well, speechwriters are helping using ChatGPT to help. But I know that the big puppet master Geppetto in the background is like, hey, you need to write this for Trump to weave off of on the teleprompter.
Yeah.
They're like,
I mean,
we're only
that's the
using
thing.
Trump because he's popular.
Trump
I
is.
think Trump is a pawn for the puppet master.
And
Definitely.
you know
I
they
feel
want to
like Trump is
get
a perfect fall guy.
Divisive,
Yeah.
knows how to get media attention. They're like, hey, perfect. Try to
He's
stick
the
on
old guard. Do you know who
Yeah.
backs Trump? The old guard backs Trump's faction of the government. And this new faction, the new guard, is this leftist, this new wave tolerant shit. And this is the clash we're seeing right now in the government. Who's gonna win? Is he the new guard trying to take the old guard out? Is the old guard gonna allow the new guard to take it out?
Unfortunately, I
Yeah.
feel like there's
Trump
another
backed by the old
assassination coming.
Well, that's what I was
there's
just gonna
gonna be- there's
ask
gonna be a
you
lot.
guys.
There's
I
gonna be a
want to
lot.
ask you guys quick, and then I gotta run out of the room for a second. But what do you think, honestly? What happens in this country if they ever are able to get Trump? I'm right back.
So from the Bible, there's going to be a lot more public executions. The Bible states in the Book of Revelations that when the fifth seal is cracked, that means like because there's 7 seals, and then that's when Antichrist is in full power. Fifth
Who do you think
seal
it be?
cracks.
Who do you think if going with on your premise and saying like that is gonna happen, in your opinion, who do you think possibly would be the next victim?
Trump.
See, so next victim, I want to say Trump, but I feel like it would be too early. I feel like the next victim could possibly be overseas. It won't be someone that's over here because
True.
UK is dealing with the same stuff that we're dealing with. Is that they're
Too early
dealing with
right
it
now.
from the Islamists. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, so you're saying it won't be it won't be like an American politician. It'll be some other country's politician.
If it's not a
First.
politician, it's going to be someone who's deep in faith, and it's going to hit just like it hit for Charlie Kirk.
Kirk,
Because I
yeah.
mean, granted, Charlie Kirk,
Another
yes.
big divide.
Oh, yeah, exactly. Because again, I feel like it's way bigger than just politics. I think that we are literally in a real spiritual battle right now with good and evil. Charlie Kirk was a huge hit, especially for Americans, thinking that we're going to feel lost. I mean, then once you see him pass away, you see vigils all over the world, bro. Africa having vigils for Charlie Kirk. The people that American people say Charlie Kirk is racist. Africans are like, we love you. God bless you. You know, stay strong. Hopefully everything's good. And because I don't think that America is really being ran by just politicians. Like you said, the puppet masters, the shadow
Exactly.
government. There's people in the background that have more evil plans than just that.
Officials.
Exactly. And they work with the rest of the world. You know what I mean? We have a thing called the United Nations. You know what I mean? And like, there's so much more stuff.
Dude,
And
it's so much bigger.
Yeah.
Like what's going on in Europe and what Europe is trying to do to Russia and the whole Ukraine thing, like that's a threat for the whole world. Like we're this close to World War III and a civil war, and I think that's bad for America because that would weaken us quite a bit.
the Bible speaks about a 2 million man army going against pretty much God and the kingdom. Just now, we recently kind of fully just started to understand that Russia, China, India. You know what I mean?
Yep.
Those main. I mean, if you
BRICS.
call all the
BRICS, pretty much.
BRICS,
Yeah.
if you put their military together, it comes out to be about 2 million plus. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
And again, you start to read the Bible, you start to learn about the wars that happen, or what the wars that they were predicting about the wars coming from the east. That's east of Israel. You know what I'm saying? Like Israel, again, people want to say that Israel doesn't deserve to be around. Biblically, it's been around. You know what I'm saying? There was no
it
borders.
is.
It's a
Facts.
holy land. And the reason why everyone wants that holy land is because, again, that's an attack on God itself. You know what I
But
mean?
then all those other countries, the
Yeah.
British created all the rest of those other countries. And
Exactly, from
it's
World
all
War I.
fucking nonsense.
It is, and that's the problem, is that a lot of people, again, that's where the hate comes in for Israel, because people are ignorant to understand how history and how war works and how land is lost and given. You know what I'm saying? Land is not just, they don't just come over to, this is my place. No, like, it's war. It's given by treaties. It's given by trade deals. Like,
Since forever. We talk about this.
I think in the next World War, Russia already said that it's trying to rebuild the old Soviet Union.
They definitely want to.
Same with China, they want their territory back, and North Korea's been wanting South Korea back. So
it's going to be a world war.
Their old territory back. And what I think is nerve-wracking for me as an American is Alaska. That was part of Russia.
That was part of Russia.
Yeah.
Yep.
So that's going to be our entrance, why do you think Trump met with Putin in Alaska?
Yeah.
To talk about it. He was like, "Hey, bro, this is ours. I'm cool with you."
Then flew a B-2 bomber over him when he was there. Like, bro, look up.
Yeah. Right. And pushing Russia and China closer together is not good. Like the whole optic of seeing Putin and Kim Jong-un and Modi from India and Xi all together, like, that's no bueno, man. That's bad news.
And if you also kind of think about it,
they still can't beat us.
They love communism.
Oh,
you know what I mean? If you think about
it, and we have a civil war.
Right, but if we have a civil war,
let's have a civil war.
If we're divided,
propaganda on the internet is because you got millions of bots online.
Yeah,
that fucking feed this algorithm of divisiveness in America.
I saw a lot of that recently.
So
yeah.
It's like
other countries.
We don't realize that these are bots. Us as Americans, some of us are just getting new to the internet still,
and we're fighting with bots.
What is this?
And then the left. Yeah, and the left is also trying to indoctrinate socialism, which is like a soft form of communism, into America. Right. So if we adopt that
Mamdani dude.
Yeah, I can't, bro. I'm a New Yorker, bro. Yeah. He's gonna ruin New York City, bro. He's gonna ruin New York City.
All the billionaires will leave.
They're
gonna leave, and it's just gonna turn into a shit show.
You cannot have $30 minimum wage, dude.
You can't. But that means $30 minimum wage for everybody. For every single person. Doesn't matter if you own a business or not, you're told what money you can keep, and the rest of the money goes to the government. Which again, socialism, communism, that's just no joke. You know what I mean? And then when that happens, do you think that we're gonna still be fighting against China and Russia, or do you think that we're just gonna fall into the fold?
We're fighting full far within, and that's what I think World War III. I think when World War III breaks out, it's not gonna be 1 versus 2. I feel like there's going to be pockets of conflict everywhere. You're going to have Ukraine and Russia going on. You're going to have China trying to take Taiwan, North Korea trying to take South Korea, Venezuela trying to do whatever it wants to do in South America. There's going to be multiple things going on. That's a legit world war.
We're about to start a war with South America. We're about to start a war with South America too.
Yeah, it's going to be strategic that way to where our resources thin. While we're already collapsing within right now.
Multiple fronts.
We're going to be in 5 different campaigns at once. And
while fighting ourselves. We already got military in D.C. We're sending them to Tennessee now. Talking about Chicago. So we're already going to start policing our own communities with the army. Why? Because we know we're about to be on a civil war type shit.
Let me ask you guys a quick question too. Like, since the United States and Europe have been backing Ukraine in so many ways, like they couldn't have done it without us, and North Korean troops are fighting with Russia, they're fighting and dying. Are we not already in the beginning of World War III? Like, if you really think about it?
Yeah. Yeah, you can say that. Because, I mean, if you think about even how World
We're
War II
like
started.
right before we joined.
Yeah, we were sitting there watching World War II happening. And the only
Yeah,
reason why we jumped
you
into it
took
is
the
because of
words out of
Japan.
my mouth, bro.
You know what I'm saying? So we're just waiting for something to pop up over here for us to go boom. You know what I mean? It's already happening.
That's where we are right now.
Over, bro. Nepal just had a crazy
crazy
revolution. You know what I'm saying? But honestly, if the people
France,
together
too.
feel like their government is treating them wrong, that's what our Second Amendment is for. You know what I mean? Unfortunately, where we are so divided, what are we? You know what I mean? What are we really going to fight for? You know what I mean?
Doesn't matter now.
My thing is this, right? Even though the Second Amendment was to defend us against a tyrannical government and put the power in the people, the government and the military is so powerful that they don't allow us to have the ammo or the tools to fight back.
Like,
we
so
can
you know
bring
what
our
happened?
jets
drones.
and
Guess
tanks.
what? We ain't getting their drones and their tanks and their F-16s.
Yeah.
They're
Did you know that
fighter jets?
And
Did
they
you know
say
that over
that
in
shit to us
Nepal,
too.
the military helped the citizens out with going against the police.
The
military.
Yeah.
I can only
something
hope
like that could
I
happen.
can only hope to God if that happens here, that the military does back the civilian parties. That's what it's told. That's what it's told to do. That's the oath.
It is told to do that. But
so I can only pray that happens. You know what I mean?
Would they be worried of being killed themselves?
Yes, like, you know, Lord forbid a civil war actually happens. I would hope to God, but if it did, that the military would back the civilian population.
Well, look at in '85 in Pennsylvania, the bombings on the black communities. As soon as they started uprising against the government dropped bombs on like 6 neighborhoods.
Yeah. Which
is fucking crazy. Because
crazy. They were like, "Oh, you getting too powerful for us? You trying to take control of the government?"
Oh, like
over here?
It's like they sort of did something similar to Black Wall Street.
Wall Street as well.
Yep.
Yeah. And nobody. That's what I'm saying. Like, I'm never trying to say that we haven't done fucked up shit in America in the past, but like we're trying to make amends for it. Like, do we not live in a country right now that, regardless of your skin color or religion or sexual orientation, if you really want to do something and be something, like you put in the hard work, you can fucking do it.
No, you're
so
right.
I think that's what John was talking about.
Hard work. Everything takes hard work, and this people aren't willing to do what it takes. They're not willing to pay their dues in whatever field that's being regarded to obtain that.
Yeah.
Well, I think that it doesn't matter about race or anything like that. What it is any powerful group that starts to go against the government will nip it in the butt.
Absolutely, because it's looked at as a threat.
So it has to be all powerful communities. Everybody
you have to join forces,
together.
Right? Because if not, then the divisiveness is just going to be like, all right, cool. It's like a sports teams now. Now it's like the fuck. So it's programming us. I think we as Americans realize, hey, fuck Democrats, fuck Republicans. Let's be an American party. Let's realize.
How do we do it though?
For ourselves.
How do we get the radicals?
You don't get the radicals. You don't
get the radicals. The people who are in the middle and
the
normal voters.
You work the middle of the parties inwards, and you get that together, and that becomes one block. And you
I
don't want to say ostracize, but you keep the radicals out.
You turn the radicals into minorities.
They'll come by magnetic power because they'll want to be part of something because they already have radical thinking. So when it becomes one party, eventually they'll get drawn to it, and then they'll be radical for that American party because they'll still have a radical mindset. But they don't want to
try to
then they would get taken over as a country.
We used to have a Democrat correspondent on here.
The first step to this is healing the divide, and the real question is, how do you even begin to heal the divide to get everyone back together?
Somebody super popular with enough balls security.
Who's in the middle? Yes, somebody very. Because like the thing is, I know it sounds cliche, but like we all have more in common than not. Like it's really true. Like
you gotta find
there's one race, the fucking human race. Like
you gotta find one person in America that like everybody loves.
Someone big,
or like somebody who's super popular. Like, all right, random name, The Rock. Throw The Rock out there, Kevin Hart. Left, right, everybody loves them. Now, have them be super political, push an American party, have mad security around them. Now they're a Charlie Kirk. But they're pushing unity between parties to, hey, let's do this for America, for us.
That shadow government that doesn't want that is going to come at that full force like it's been doing.
Right.
So this is how we're here. How do we?
So you're going to need a couple martyrs to show that the shadow government actually exists.
I don't even think that's even that.
People that die to be like, hey, look it, they keep attacking every person.
Well, there's definitely a deep state.
But if you think about it, if you think about the media is huge on propaganda. Propaganda is what used to win a lot of wars. You know what I'm saying? It used to recruit people to all think the same way. Yeah. You know what I mean? If you look at Disney, how they used to do it during World War II, you know what I'm saying? They used to make racist cartoons, but it made people be like, you know what? Yeah, you know what? The Japanese, they're wrong, or the Germans, they're whatever. You know what I'm saying? They did the same thing.
It was propaganda,
propaganda, and no matter how many role models and public figures you could have, the news is still going to be the news and speaking against them and make people.
Well, you would also need news, your own propaganda.
Exactly, which is tough though because all the news, all
everything, the outlets.
Exactly. What I think that really needs to happen is to inform people with the correct information. What you guys are doing is great. You know what I'm saying? That's why I do what I do and I say what I say, and I stand behind what I say, because you know what? I've done my research. I'm not speaking from hatred. I'm speaking from knowledge and from what I see. You know what I'm saying? And I would love for people just to think. I don't want you to just go with my word and look at me as if I'm a leader or a god. I want you guys to think. Use your brain, do your own research, come up with your own thoughts. And then if you understand and you agree, then you're going to be right there, right next to me while we're both saying this stuff together. And right now I'm with you three, saying the same stuff. We all understand the same rhetoric because what? We all did our own individual learning. I've never spoke with you guys about this stuff ever in my life, but we agree and we understand each other. There's no fighting, no one's getting shot, nothing. You know what I mean?
Absolutely. I think a lot of people are just uninformed and they're not evil, but unfortunately there's a lot of evil too.
They're lazy, bro. They're lazy. They would rather be told. They would rather be told what to think about someone.
Yeah, we need critical thinking in schools too, dude.
Because it takes effort and it takes time for you to go do your own research. People don't want to invest their time in that. They'd rather do something else. So they'd rather
laugh at it.
From kindergarten, programmed from kindergarten to do what we're told.
The left laughs at you if you say you do.
Like,
if you say you do your own research, the left laughs at you. I'm like, it's literally reading a fucking book. Like, are you serious? Like,
yeah. I don't know, and it's a shame, but and that's why I'd be telling, especially like like the black community, the same thing. Learn. You guys support the Democratic Party. The Democratic Party, they came from the Southern slave owners and stuff like that wanted to have all the states have their own individual laws and beliefs. They were
responsible for Jim Crow, like, dude.
Yeah,
like,
they wanted to keep Jim Crow. They wanted to keep slavery. They're
chameleons.
They're chameleons. Helped fund the KKK. So then the KKK went around and put in the fear of God into black people to keep voting Democrat. And then what they do now is that instead of threatening you, now what they do is play with your emotions. Now everyone's so emotional, how they feel, and I feel like this, I feel like that. Now you have the LGBT, you know what I mean? I feel like I'm supposed to be a girl. Honestly, I'm sorry. Fuck your feelings. Your feelings don't come with stats. Your feelings
you could pretend if you want, but we don't have to participate in your delusions. Like, that's only like I say live and let live, but like this, like jamming it in people's fucking dude. I absolutely
don't try to force it down my throat. If I say, hey, what's going on, my man, and you're like, I'm not a man, I'm like, okay, I apologize, but don't expect me to keep doing that. Charlie Kirk said it the best. You know, you don't show respect by lying to someone. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
If you are a man, I'm going to call you that. I'm not going to lie to you and feed into your delusion.
That's like telling somebody who's anorexic, you're doing a good job, keep starving yourself to death. Like, you know, we used to know that it was gender dysphoria and stuff like that. Like, if you're gay, like, I have absolutely no problem with that. Like, I'm not I am religious, but I do, like, I'm not gonna force anybody to do anything. But it's like, we used to know this shit, but people forgot or something. Like 10 years ago, if you said that men could have babies and that women could have a penis, people would just laugh you out of the room. But now it's like people believe it. Like,
Yeah.
It's
almost
you
like
have
as
the
if
right.
that's
I
a
look
thing.
at it like this. Like I look at it like, all right, obviously we know men have dicks, women have vaginas and pussies and shit. So like,
But if you want to do
Vaginas and
whatever,
pussies.
but I look at it like this, right? If somebody tells me like that they're a girl, but they obviously a guy, and if they want me to fucking call them a dolphin, I'll be like, all right, dolphin, bro, you got that. You know what I mean? Like,
I said before,
whatever you want. You know what I mean? I fucking power to you.
like peep this. My daughter had a friend who was a trans boy, and so it was a girl who was, and like very polite kid, very nice kid. So like I just went along with it, but like for strangers to expect you to bow down, it's just weird, man. Like
I'm not going up to like random strangers and be like, "Hey, what's up?
What is your pronouns?
I am a man. What is your pronouns?"
But if I have a relationship
I'm like, "Hey,
with
what's
you and
up,
you're a
bro?"
good
And they're
person,
like, "Nah, I'm a girl." All right, sorry, sis.
okay, cool.
Yeah,
like why do we get yelled at if we don't know?
Yeah,
so I would absolutely be like, "Oh, I'm sorry,"
and it's like move on. So like, if somebody want to be a Tyrannosaurus Rex, okay, T-Rex, you got that. Cool.
Dude,
What you identify as. Just like when COVID was going on, you want to take a shot, you don't want to take a shot, go right ahead. I don't give a fuck.
Right, because we're supposed to be free.
Go right ahead. You want to get implants on your forehead to have devil horns? I don't give a fuck.
Dude, people do crazy shit. Like, that's wild, right?
Like, that's kind of how I feel about like abortions too. Like, I can't have a baby. You want to? Know what I mean, as long as it's not like end of term shit. Fucking power to you. I don't really care about what other people do as long as it don't affect me.
Right, like this is my thing. Like people, some people think I'm such a radical conservative, but like I am actually pro-choice. But I still have issues with people like because I think there are certain cases, the people who use it as like birth control, man. Like
I think there should be a limit. I think you should only be allowed one abortion. I think only for like rape and incest if that's a thing, or if you're too young.
Yeah, there should be rules to it. There's stipulations.
As a mother, like if you get pregnant and you go to the doctor, and the doctor's like, "Hey, listen, this girl should not be a fucking mom."
I swear to God, Aaron used to be more. I think we're starting to radicalize Aaron because I feel like he used to be more liberal before. He's getting more conservative.
I've always been like straight down the middle. It's like, you know what? As long as people don't affect me, you can do whatever you want. Now, I mean, like during the COVID shit, like during the COVID shit. I had a collapsed lung before, so I got stabbed in the back.
Oh shit, I remember that. Yeah.
I got a lung and a half. So when they came out with the shots, I'm like, yo, give me one of them shits. Fucking, I don't know what's in it, but I take a tetanus shot. I took a polio shot. I don't know what's in that shit either.
Yeah.
Fuck it. You know what I mean? I'm like, if I die, I die. You know what I mean? Fuck it. But the people who didn't want to take shots, I'm like, that's your choice. Just like people, the pregnant.
But now we're at a point where I don't know why anybody would be getting it. To be honest.
Yeah, I stopped that too. I didn't go get
a booster. Yeah. I said I didn't die.
I'm like, wait a minute, there's booster seats now? I'm not a little kid.
I mean,
bro, the people want like their 8th or 9th fucking booster, bro. That's fucking wild. Dude.
RFK just had they just had like it's not a meeting, but it was like a hearing where he pretty much came out and said like we want to stop the mandate because of the fact that we have evidence and proof that the shots don't work, and that in some cases it causes a lot more issues, especially for children, and people were developing heart diseases and stuff like that, and it wasn't doing anything. It was actually doing the complete opposite. People were still dying, not even just getting sick. People were still dying from this vaccine that was developed in was it 3 months?
Yeah, they told us it was 100% effective, then down to 8. Like it just kept until like.
I was confused during COVID with the vaccine though, is how like 90% of people who were like anti-vax or anti-COVID shot were Republicans when Trump made the vaccine.
I know. Dude,
I was like, no, your man's made it though.
But conservatives and Republicans, to be fair, they think Trump is fucking wrong about that shit, the warp speed shit, and that in the fucking Epstein list. The way that that's my two big
gripes
gripes with him,
that
dude.
shit like a motherfucker. He was like Operation Warp Speed.
But I'm not gonna throw the baby out with the bathwater. I certainly didn't want fucking Kamala Harris in there.
You don't like Trump. Trump is not a scientist. He doesn't. He was only being
right. He just overseen that shit and was like, "Hey, get it done."
He thought he was doing.
He had people feeding him information that were the bad people. So all he got was a barrage of "you got to do it, you got to do." So now he's thinking, "I'm doing the right thing," because he doesn't know shit about that. So
I thought the shit was legit in the beginning too.
Like there was nothing that his followers didn't follow him on until that, and I was like, "Oh, he didn't win with that one." I'm like, that was a mess.
Because
conservatives he even said that he got the
more
shot.
critical
he got
thinking.
the shots in the booster.
I didn't get no vax. Me, my kids, my girl, none of us did. Not one.
Yeah, see,
I haven't got any vaccines.
I stopped at the 2, and as soon as they said booster seats, I'm like, nah, I'm good.
I did. Me and Aaron did. So we got 2 that did and 2 that didn't. Because in the beginning, I thought I was duped in the beginning, to be honest. And my wife signed up. My wife signed me and her to go up to, and like it was fucking weird, man. We went to the Shaw's Center, you know what it is, where the Rocks Stadium is in Brockton, and it was almost like a scene out of The Walking Dead, like we were like cattle, like in a line and
going over to go get your shot.
I felt fucked up about it. I shouldn't have been like I knew better, but my wife was like scared. And in the beginning, I thought maybe this was actually legit for the Joe. In the beginning, you weren't sure, but you knew you weren't gonna get the shot right.
But what I saw was,
but now we know, and people are still pushing that shit.
What turned me off was the steps that they were taking. To me, didn't make sense. I'm like, if this is a real pandemic, and this is like, why are people still allowed to gather together to riot, which they were, no mask allowed then? Certain stores were allowed to stay open, but mom and pop shops had to fucking close, and they're trying to close down. Like, it just didn't make sense. Though.
When COVID started, I was locked up. So I was locked up the first month of COVID. You know what I mean?
Some people got out of jail because of COVID.
Hell yeah. I had a year sentence. I did 2 months on that shit, and I went home because of COVID. Thank you.
Over some fake shit. Over some fake bullshit. Well, I mean, it's definitely real, but they made that shit in a lab.
When I was locked up, not living in society, just seeing like the CEOs come in, fucking, they got like painters masks on and shit. Fucking the TV news is like, 100 more people just died of this shit. I'm looking at the CEOs. I'm like, yo, CEO, where's my fucking painters mask, bro? I don't want to die.
Like it's an apocalypse.
What's the matter with you, bro?
Yeah.
I'm on the phone with my wife, and she's like, oh, I'm in the car. I can't wait. I just hopped in the car. I can't wait to take my mask off. I'm like, yo, you better keep that shit on. There's people out there dying. Fuck's the matter with you? I'm watching on the news.
Played.
So when I came home and they're like, yo, there's shots, I'm like, send that shit. Because I was a whole month out of society.
I get it. I know lots of the
looked at it like, yo, this is wild. Because it was only the media on the TV telling me. And at the time,
does it bother anybody that like it's been proven that it was made in a lab in China, and we don't know if it was by mistake or on purpose?
It was biological warfare, but we're not gonna do nothing in China because we're too weak right now. We got our.
They killed off. China wanted to kill off all of their elderly, and stuff, all their weakest, because that's how they roll, and it got out of control.
See, and that's the thing. I don't think that it was like a biological warfare type of thing. I honestly feel like the huge change, the whole shift in right and left happened during COVID. Everyone's stuck in their house. You can't talk to anyone. Everyone's scared of everyone.
More polarized.
Yeah, you're watching the TV, the news that's telling you everything. You know what I mean? That's where we really, especially our generation,
it was like psychosis. It was creating psychosis.
Exactly.
Well, this is why I think it was biological warfare. I think it was divide and conquer. I think China released it knowing that they can control their society. China had their whole country on fucking lockdown.
They were welding people's doors shut. These motherfuckers.
They killed off their week, and then they had doors shut. They had people outside just sanitizing poles. They made sure it was good. They killed off the rest of the world, made every other country fucking weaker.
Makes sense. That makes sense.
And they're like, hey, guess what? We just made the rest of the world weaker, and we got 10 times stronger over those.
China definitely wants to kill us, but absolutely.
Over COVID.
All the fentanyl.
And they realized that every economy had to bounce back. So it's not going to just be the 2-3 years from COVID. It's going to be like another 10 years because of how backtracked we are. So that allows them to grow while we're just catching up. And it made us so divided, every country. So it's divide and conquer with
a lot of these countries love that we're so divided.
If I'm China, I'm releasing another one soon.
You know what's funny about what you just said about the China thing, and you're talking about how people financially, like, you know, the economy was pretty much collapsing for every country. I learned and found out one of the main reasons why we are in so much debt is because we owe China so much money.
Yeah, we owe them.
And I feel like every country that dealt with like COVID in a crazy way, when they had to rebuild their stuff, they looked at China for some funding.
China made so much money on top of it.
They made so much money. That's a great way to also now China, Russia, that whole BRICS, they are actually turning into one of the most powerful economically in the world.
It was all a strategic plot, in my opinion. That's why I call biological warfare. But I just think that we're too scared as a country to do anything. And what
the dollar could be in trouble.
Is remember when China had the fighter jet fly in front of ours and throw gasoline in ours? We didn't do a fucking thing.
Yeah.
One spot, that dude.
And the fucking balloon, the we let go across.
Yeah.
So it's like, all right, we just allowing China to punch us in the face, and we just eating that shit. And like, all right, bro, I'm sorry. Why? Because we got ourselves fighting ourselves.
Yeah, and then that is something that is actually very scary, and that's another thing that I'd be trying to preach to people is like, you know, we don't notice how easy it is to have an actual on-land invasion here. You know what I mean? Once they cut off communications, you know what I mean? All you have to do is just EMP powers and
I am worried about an
shut down
EMP, to be honest.
Well, remember a few years the Southeast had that big blackout where they didn't even have gas for months and shit. Yeah, that was just like one grid. There's 5 grids in America. So you got like Texas and Oklahoma that kind of got their own, and then there's 4 in each corner. Well, 6.
Have you ever seen the movie Leave the World Behind? It was on Netflix. It had, so what's weird about that is like everyone was like, oh, this is a weird movie. What had happened was that the satellites went. Okay, so navigation was not working.
Which can be done,
telephones,
absolutely.
Gone. Telephones are gone. There was moments where there was
navigation for anything, planes, boats,
done.
all navigation.
But you know, like one of those one of those old school planes that like don't really need navigation to like really fly and stuff like that. What it was doing was it was dropping propaganda flyers talking about death to America, stuff like that, and it was all in like Arabic. You know what I mean? But
did you know the Obamas produced that? You know the Obamas produced that.
Yeah, the Obama produced that too. Yeah, it was just crazy. And
dude, Obama started a lot of this crap rolling, man. He's got a lot of this shit
Obama's another one that I'd be getting upset
sneaky motherfucker.
About because exactly. Thank you. That nigga's sneaky.
From that movie and the Obamas producing it, do you think that's the Obamas trying to like let a warning out, like, hey, this is coming?
Don't you see that Hollywood always does this? There's mad movies that tell us like what's coming, and it puts the thoughts in people's fucking minds too. People who are not wrapped too tight.
Yeah, the Bible does say that, like when evil does things, like when the devil does work,
they have to tell you
what they have to tell you. That's how the magic works. You know what I mean, they have to tell you about these things.
I said this before, like you have to tell the person flat out what I'm gonna do to you, and if they don't do anything, then it's fine. Like that's how the occult, that shit's real. That occult shit, like that's real shit. Like a lot of these people, like they certainly ain't worshiping God. I can tell you that.
No, it's very true.
The Bible says, do you know what's funny too? The Bible says in the end days, men will be women and women will be men, which is kind of like all empires when they're at their end have problems like what we're having right now. Rome, Greece, like all these places, like they
divide and conquer,
and pedophilia too, but like deviance and decadence.
I mean,
like I just look at it like this: what would I do if I'm President Xi? What would I do if I was Putin? What would I do?
You'd be getting organs so you can live to be 150. That's what you're doing.
Not only that, but
and the elite want to live forever. These billionaires, think if it was you, if you were worth billions of dollars, wouldn't you want to live forever?
Listen,
like I wouldn't want to live forever. Like Like, because like think how terrible that'd be. You see a lot of bad shit.
For the entire
the former executive of Google said by 2030 humans will be immortal.
So you want to hear something that's scary?
Executive of Google.
How about that? But what's the biggest thing that's rising right now? AI machines.
AI.
They want to make it God and AI God.
Not even just that, transhumanism, right?
Oh, yeah.
I mean, granted, is this? I've seen this in a video game. I'm not sure if anyone's ever heard of cyberpunk, right? It's all about having cybernetics and stuff like that. One thing that they perfected within the story was that the corporate leader, what he did was that he took his subconscious and put it into a robot. That robot will live forever. You know what I mean? Through the artificial intelligence as well. That's the easiest way to have immortality. You know
There's an author. There's an author. I forget what his name was.
We end up getting that Neuralink. It's going to get put inside of the robot. And then we're going to live forever as a robot.
But do you want to live forever as a robot?
Legs. We already have prosthetics.
So you want to be a robot, Aaron?
Elon Musk already did the first step.
I just want to live. I just want to live.
You want to be a robot, Aaron?
Like, I want to live. And
hey, that's an important question.
Right? Listen, I want to live. And I look
at
it
we're playing God, like, I don't know, man.
Exactly.
True, but we're playing God when we take medicine. We're playing God when we get a surgery.
Like, I feel like with this technology, like, I feel like we're so close to them, like, cloning human beings just to farm their organs and shit. Like, this is the direction we're going in, man. Like
that's exactly what it'll be. It will be. Everybody will end up having a clone for our own organs, and then that'll be just for organs. As for body parts, we'll have prosthetics, and we'll be robots.
So where do you keep your clone? Where do you keep your clone?
We're gonna have to assimilate into this technology because at some point in the next 15 years, AI is gonna come where they don't need us anymore. And if we become irrelevant to them, they're gonna look at us like they can exterminate us. This is why Elon Musk is saying make a symbiotic relationship now because it won't destroy itself if we become part of it.
And what does the
ticket say? Robotic arms and prosthetic legs and shit. We're part of the AI now, so
I don't want to be a robot.
Yeah,
I don't want to be a
AI
robot.
gonna take you out, bro. AI is gonna take you out early then.
With my faith.
But if you could live forever, you don't see any cons in living forever. You only see pros.
No, I see a lot of cons. You know what I mean? You can talk to elderly people that are like in their 90s, near 100 years old. They're like, yo, I want to go. Like, damn, it's another birthday. Like, I'm done with this. But just imagine if we had the same strength and agility as like those Boston Dynamic soldier robots that just be running around, jumping.
Yeah, the fuck.
And you're doing that at like 90 to 100 years old.
But you're saying that if that nobody wouldn't be able to be like a breakaway society that doesn't want that, like they're just gonna kill you if you like.
Natural order, though.
That's pretty wild.
We're supposed to be born and we're supposed to die.
We're supposed to, yeah, but that's not gonna be a thing anymore in the future. I don't think.
Are we gonna run out of space? Are we gonna go to other planets?
But that's why you have to go to other planets. But then you have to say you need enough resource to keep that kind of population. You know what I mean? If no matter how, you have to have the resource to
and the power.
Putin's already trying to get fucking Mars populated.
You see all the fucking all the new little mini nuclear plants that they're building all over the place because AI needs so much power. They're telling us to use less power, but AI can have fucking unlimited power. Look it up. They're even opening up nuclear power plants that have been closed for mad years. Like, I don't even know if that's safe. Like,
I think it's gonna be another wave of the Matrix that if we don't conform to the society norm, it's gonna take us out. It's kind of
like what are they gonna do about religion?
Blacklisted and shadow banned now. That's just that's the roots.
What's AI gonna think about religion?
They're gonna eliminate it.
Yeah, because if AI becomes a god, it's not gonna want any other gods.
But this goes with what John was saying earlier. This comes if you really break it all down to the bottom. It's good versus evil. Wash away all the fucking semantics. Get to the root cause. It comes down to this is good, this is good, and this is bad, and this is the fight.
I'm gonna be John Connor. Listen, I'm gonna John Connor. Okay, I'm gonna fight these motherfucking Terminators.
Bro, I mean that's all you.
Sorry, Aaron. When you're a robot, I gotta kill you.
I hear you.
I'm
gonna be so powerful as a robot, though.
I know. I was like, no,
listen.
I'm a robot. I'm gonna kill
I'm
you.
gonna catch
Actually,
the bully with my prosthetic robot hand and be like,
Aaron, at
like
least when
you
you
know
become
in
a
the
robot, you'll
Matrix
have
when
two
like you
lungs.
know in the Matrix when he swings back like and misses the bullets and shit.
right after that, bully's like, oh man, fuck. Runs.
Hey, but what if we're already in a simulation? Not to get too silly
We
on here, but
basically are, bro.
No
That's
shit.
what the internet is. The internet is an everyday
like,
simulation.
is this the Truman Show? I really wonder that all the time. Like, I know there's a reason for it, but when I go out in the morning and it's broad daylight and I see the moon sometimes, I'm like, is this real? Like, go home, moon. You're drunk. Like, is this the Truman Show?
Yeah, bro. Everything's a Truman Show. We got so much surveillance now. There's so much
dude,
surveillance
I'm noticing that everywhere. I'm glad you brought it up because, guys, every time you stop at a stoplight, a stop sign now, look up at all the telephone poles. There's fucking cameras all over telephone poles everywhere.
Yeah.
Shit's fucking wild.
Hey,
You see the people cutting them down and shit?
Listen to this. Providence, Rhode Island Police Department, a couple weeks back, just started a new pilot program where they contacted all the neighbors and everybody in the community of Providence that had Ring or Nest cameras and asked if they would volunteer to sign up their camera to the police department newsfeed. So if there's a crime in the neighborhood, they could just log into your fucking Ring camera if you sign up and
bro, you know what that does? But you know what that
I
does?
always just assume I'm on camera fucking everywhere I go.
That's surveillance everywhere, bro. That's basically like mapping out digitally what's going on in real time.
Exactly.
Big Brother.
Providence already started it.
Have you guys ever heard of Peter Thiel?
Oh,
yes.
Yeah.
He's obsessed with the Antichrist.
Yeah, he's obsessed with the Antichrist, but one thing that he's actually developing and that might be adopted by the government is facial recognition.
Yeah.
Facial recognition on cameras so they can see who you are.
China has it already.
And if they're ever able to get digital currency in here,
you can pay.
That's a mark of the beast. We're fucking done.
Oh, they're working on it. They're working on. I mean, if you think about it, the stimulus checks that we were getting, that was like the first sign of it. One thing that they started to do, I think it was a couple years back, they implemented a little program, a closed program called UBI, which was Universal Basic Income, where they gave you a weekly, check or a monthly check, just like as
they're
if it
saying
was.
Like the AI and the robots are gonna do all the work, and we can just stay home. Like I need structure in my life. Like I have a fucking purpose.
Like tell me that's never gonna happen. They're never gonna allow you to get something for nothing. It's never gonna happen. They're gonna wipe you off the face of the planet and keep the basic amount of us.
So we're just gonna be killed. Like it's not even gonna.
There's no way they're gonna support 7 billion people. Even if the robots are doing everything, what's the point of us even existing? And the people that run this motherfucker know that, and they're gonna this is why you have COVID.
Maybe the rapture. We're talking about the Bible and shit. Maybe the rapture will happen.
The ones they'll get rid of is the ones that are strictly human. The ones that don't have any updates. Once you get your updates and your prosthetic arm and your legs and your little Neuralink computer chip in your brain, guess what?
And a prosthetic dong too.
Yeah, exactly. You know what I mean?
I mean,
that's a robot extender. You know what I mean?
That's the whole point of the. That's the whole point
go gadget dick.
It is marking the beast.
Yeah. The mark of the beast is not just
absolutely
that already started with this though. We're all
you're right.
Rogan, we're already all.
I know.
Yeah,
and I hate it, but I'm connected to it too.
It's true, but I mean, with the mark of the beast, it also kind of dictates what you can sell and buy. It dictates your ownership of things. It dictates so much stuff. If you want to own things and work and do all those things, you need to follow their rules.
Like if you post something that they don't like, they'd be like, "Oh, now you can't drive for a week, or you can't do this or that." Like that's what China already does it. China already does it, so we know what to look at.
Right. Yes, we're gonna follow in China's footsteps because they have the biggest control in the world.
Do you want to live like that though?
Communism.
We're gonna do that.
That's the fight though. We don't have that here, and that's what they're trying to impose.
Aaron seems ready to conform. I don't know.
I'm not.
I'm not ready to conform. I just know that it's going to happen.
Like I do get what you're saying too.
It's something that we're not going to be able to fight as individuals, and I know that America's not united enough to actually fight it and beat it. It's kind of like being on a losing team and you know what the plays are for the game, but it's like, damn, you know what? We're not going to accomplish this because my quarterback sucks. The running back, he fucking runs backwards. The wide receiver can't catch to save his life. Yeah, we're going to lose this one. So that's how I'm going into this. I know that there's going to be people that are like, hell yeah, let me do this. And they're going to get every fucking update they can until they're like super robots. I mean,
that's crazy though. You're absolutely right.
I'm not gonna lie. It's funny that you bring that up.
Listen, a decade ago they tried to do the Google glasses. Too early.
Yeah.
Meta teamed up with Ray-Bans and Oakley, the two only known name brands for glasses. Now you got
everything's about money.
James Bond iPhone watch.
Control your car with that shit. Like what?
Yeah,
dude,
like so.
It's getting wild. It really is getting.
It's gonna start off with how it is, with things that are like helpful. Oh, I can tell my blood pressure. I can tell how many steps. This is cool. I can answer my text message. The convenience, and then we're gonna be like, oh, wait a minute. You're telling me I can chop off my legs and get these, and I'll be able to run 50 miles an hour?
You know that people like already like.
I want to run 50 miles an hour, and guess what? I won't be tired. Fuck it, I'll just run to work. Now,
like I do sort of get some of that stuff.
There's gonna be people that sign up for
like
it.
There can be good stuff
like that.
There can be good stuff. Absolutely, there can be good stuff, but there can be bad stuff too.
Oh like, it's gonna be bad. But I also think
it's gonna be bad.
Yeah, I also think that like. It'll start after World War III and the Civil War. Because that's how we'll rebuild. Because we'll be like, damn, if we were just robots, we could have survived this.
I feel concerned, to be honest.
Allow it. We have to allow
I think that is going to happen earlier. I'm not going to lie. I think it's going to happen earlier in smaller waves. Yeah. You know what I mean? Because, like I said, we are really approaching a time where it's just like things are just weird. Nothing is the same anymore. You know what I mean? I remember back in the days watching Power Rangers. You know what I'm saying? Just chilling, enjoying life, trying to jump off my couch and use like a plastic bag as a parachute. There's none of that stuff anymore. That imagination shit is not there anymore.
Speaking of weird, did you see the missile from the U.S. Air Force that bounced off the UFO the other day?
I saw the headlines.
I meant to ask you guys about that.
Bro, there's a video of it. You see a dot flying, and then you see another dot hit it, and then just bounce off into pieces.
Yeah, no, I saw that.
The missile hit, it broke the missile.
But by the way, what do you guys make of the government keeps telling us over and over and over again that there are aliens and that there are aliens? Why are they doing that? And nobody seems to give a fuck either. It's just like, okay, guy.
Because they want.
Is it a psyop?
Yeah, it's a psyop. They want to have an excuse for the technology that they're hiding. The technology that they're hiding from us is being shown. There's people filming fucking, hey, that's a UFO. There's this, that. There has to be an explanation for the shit they're hiding.
Yeah.
I think that of something that they're testing.
What do you make of not only Trump, but Trump's czar of technology? They've both said several times, I don't know if you guys have heard this, they both said the same thing. They said, we have weapons and technology that nobody knows about. We can control time and space. What the fuck are they talking about? Does anybody have any speculation about that? Like, and they're saying, dude, like there's something to it.
I think it's possible now.
I think that's what the UFOs are. Like, I'm not saying I don't think there's aliens, because I think it's naive to believe that we're all fucking here and the universe is as big as it is. And there's nothing out there.
They allegedly said that if Trump doesn't give him his way with things, he's going to explain how under Antarctica, there's like a whole other fucking world or some shit.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Beyond the ice wall, dude. There's something. I don't know if it's that.
I keep bringing up religion. I keep bringing that up. But again, I once I found a correlation to what's going on in real life and what the Bible says and stuff like that, a lot of it makes sense. I don't feel like we are the only living species in this universe. Okay.
Right.
No.
I can kind of see. All right, I made this weird depiction when I was younger, right? When you play like games like Halo and any outer space games, all the bad guys are like reptilian, weird like little things, right?
Yeah.
And we look at the reptilian race as being evil, right?
Yeah.
I mean, that could easily just be the devil could be a reptilian being, let's just say, you know what I mean? Because if there's like a intergalactic war, right, between good and evil out there, right? And then planet Earth was a beautiful planet, you know, let's just say a higher being obviously put man on Earth to kind of almost like an ant
City.
farm. You know
Yeah,
what I mean?
That's a
And then
good
you have the
plan.
reptilian beings. They're like, no, we want that shit. So they come down, they conquer it. We have countries, we have wars, we have all these fucked up things. So let's just say, just in general, right? Let's put this into a hypothetical that the stories within the Bible and just religion itself is like an intergalactic thing, right? Okay.
Yeah.
So if you see aliens, right? Okay, we see aliens. The government, obviously, if it's, let's say, if it's ran by evil, they will deceive us. You know what I mean? They'll bring out certain things so that when we see certain things, we're automatically be like, oh, the government told us that there's gonna be aliens. One thing I seen today, a theory that I seen today was that we will start to see things in the sky more often. The government will put it up there. So when the rapture does happen, what do you blame it on? Oh, there's aliens. Not the
Yeah.
fact
Dude,
that
you can
God.
search on YouTube. If you
They've already started it.
search,
They've already started
if
that.
you
Exactly.
search,
Some comet is coming in November, and now all these scientists are saying
they
that
don't
it's
even
not
know what it
accurate.
is. They talking about the one they don't know what
Yeah.
the fuck it is. They don't think
Yep.
it's a comet. They think it's like could be like a spaceship or
meteor.
something.
But hold on, is that what the top of the top of the top?
Is
are
that a
doing?
psyop
Is that a psyop
or
to
is
try
that?
to fucking, you know what I mean? Like,
I can see it
Yeah,
being a
dude.
psyop, but also a way to deceive the people. So then again, you're the only
nobody would
information
get
you're
it.
going to listen to is from them. And whether they're
Like,
going to say,
how
"Oh,
did?
follow us, we're going to save you."
It's COVID.
Yeah,
It's
I
COVID
think a
all
lot
over
of
again.
psyops we
Don't come out of your
structure
house.
off of religion.
Don't come out of your house. You can't go
Yeah.
to work. Blah blah blah. Because there's aliens everywhere. We don't know where they are. But you know what I mean? They could turn that into the new COVID.
How did some of these ancient
Restrictions.
civilizations build shit that we still can't replicate today? Like, that's a good fucking question
Because the
too.
Earth wiped
Like,
itself.
That's again.
The Earth has wiped itself out
Same
7
thing.
times.
I think the world has been wiped out a lot. Like,
Yeah.
They say
I don't know if
7
it's
times.
that pole shift stuff or whatever, but like, yeah, dude,
part of
there's
it.
definitely something coming. But
That's
like,
I think we keep hitting the peak of technology and wiping ourselves out.
I have the other question. We talked
We're in
about
a
this one
loop.
time before. What do you make out of science now saying that they're like opening up like another dimension? There's another dimension, and they're speaking
Portals?
to entities, and they're speaking
Yeah.
to entities. What the fuck are they speaking to?
The CERN project has CERN
Demons
company,
or what?
they've been
crazy,
doing.
bro.
CERN has been doing this for
Dude,
years.
CERN's fucked. Dude,
Yeah, I mean,
CERN's.
they've-
What'd you say, Joey?
No, they've been doing that for years. But yo, what's the difference? Yo, they say too when you take mushrooms that you talk to external beings too. This is like going
In
back to, like,
DMT. In DMT.
All right, so my first like psychedelic experience ever was with DMT. I was
Oh,
like young,
shit.
but once I did that, like life just started to make sense in a weird way. And
They say it can reset you.
Yeah,
it
exactly.
does.
And I haven't experienced anything like that. I mean, as of recently, you know what I'm saying? Like I smoke marijuana, whatever.
Yeah, me
but
too.
I've never really experienced anything like that where it kind of like awakened my brain a little bit to want to just be more.
Yeah,
And they're calling an ego killer.
They say the same.
Is this true? I have a
I can
question
say
for
it's definitely
John.
ego killer.
Yeah, because like they say that it makes you see yourself. It strips away all the bullshit that you tell yourself, and you see who the fuck you really are. Like, and then you're able to make adjustments that you can't. Like, cause we tell ourselves a lot. Our ego tells us a lot of shit that's not true. You know what I mean? Like,
because we think that we are bigger than everything in life. You know what I mean? But that comes from being human. You know what I'm saying?
Well,
We're
why
on
do
the
you
top
think
of the food chain.
why do you think society put a stigma on shrooms? Up
Of
until
course, they don't want you to wake up.
Up
They
until
don't want
the last
you to.
few years, the Mental Health Society, they've been like, hey, listen, let's try to get shrooms in small doses for mental health.
yeah,
I'm
I'm with them.
Massachusetts.
I'm hip to that. I'm with them. They're
So they
delicious.
try to put it back on the ballot, but they got to overcome that stigma that's already been programmed for you.
I was pissed about that. That it didn't happen.
I want to try it. I'm bipolar, so they say for bipolar it can calm you and shit. So
by the way, Aaron, I got a dude. Like I have a friend who's had mental issues and drug issues and stuff like that, and like that is what actually helped him. Like, dude, I'm telling you, there's something to this stuff. Like, why do you think all these ancient people like had all these like strange gods and like saw like all this weird shit in this, like, you know what I mean? Like, and the stoned ape theory, I don't know if it's true or not, but like our missing link, how we went from apes to man. Like, did they start eating that shit to expand their minds? Like, I don't know.
If you buy that, if you buy that as evolution, that's not. That's what they tell
who
us.
Who believes in evolution? But
evolution.
But intelligent design. But intelligent design where there is a higher being.
Bro, because we can see monkeys today, we can see humans. Where the fuck's the in between, or anything remotely close to?
You haven't seen any of these videos where they're showing that monkeys are starting to like make tools and shit. You didn't see that fucking shit.
There's no half monkey, half man.
There's not anywhere, bro. If that was true, you would see, like anything, the entire scope. You would see the monkey to the human and everything in between.
So are we fucking aliens?
Somewhere.
Are we fucking? But we have Neanderthal DNA. All of us have like 2% Neanderthal DNA though.
Because that's all that type of human was around at one point.
Because humans, but like, are we an alien?
I think the Neanderthal DNA is what we were.
You see Prometheus? Anybody see Prometheus?
Yeah, that's planet seeding. Yeah. That's planet seeding.
Listen, I think the Neanderthal DNA that we all have is what we were like back in biblical times.
But I think when the planet wipes itself out, a new subset of human emerges, and that sector's like type of human.
I feel like
Neanderthals were around for a long time. Now, whatever Homo sapiens or what we are around for a long time until it wipes itself out, and then the next set of human will come. And that's what.
Do you think that's a conflict between being religious? But that stuff exists. Yeah, dude. Just so you guys know. That's why I kept picking up the camera and shit like that, because my shit is dying and I wasn't able to plug it in here, so I got like 5% left. We've been going on for like 2 hours, but
we're 2 hours 24 minutes.
But
talk all day about this shit, boy.
But yeah, what I was gonna say, like, is that a conflict? No, we should definitely have you on again, bro. This has been good. Like, do you think it's a conflict of interest? Do you think it's a conflict of interest saying that this stuff is possible? Like, I still believe in God, like as a higher, yeah. But some people will get pissed if you say to them. So I know people who are Christians who don't believe that dinosaurs existed. I'm like, bro, I'm consider myself a Christian. Like, it's kind of weird. I was raised Catholic, and me and my brother-in-law and my nephews, we go to Catholic church every week. But like, I consider myself more just like a Christian. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But some people get pissed about that shit. Like, there's no aliens, there's no fucking dinosaurs.
I used to think that evolution was like a thing. You know what I mean? Believe me, like growing up, my mom was a single parent, so that's all. I used to go to my mom about everything. We used to just sit down and just talk.
Yeah.
I've questioned evolution. I questioned religion. I've questioned all those things. But then when you read the Bible, the thought of humans transforming from animals to humans is actually, again, against the Bible, because the Bible does tell you that God made you in his image. So he didn't make you. God is not a monkey.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? If you think about it. And then you transformed into a human. So that does, and even like talking about
I used to
turning into machines. That's also against a religion as well, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it's like those things will be brought to us, you know what I mean? Like, you know, the thought of evolution, the thought of being able to have cybernetics, you know what I mean? Those will be to you. And you know what? Hey, I don't judge anyone for who wants to experiment and to try it out. Go ahead. Enjoy.
See, that's the correct way. Right. I feel like.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Enjoy, because
I just think the majority is going to hop on that wave.
Of course.
And then eventually wipe out the ones that don't. That'll be another wall.
The majority almost wants to chop off their own dicks. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
I
don't like. Yeah, man.
I went to school with a cat girl.
Yeah.
Bro, she used to file her teeth to be a cat.
Bro, I've seen stuff like that.
Get out of here, you weirdo.
Wild.
You guys get mad about that. So give her a shot.
And did you ever notice, like, not to be a dick, but did you ever notice that everything that God condemns, the Democrats celebrate?
They love it.
Weird.
They bring it in. Murder, crime, you know, the transgender stuff. Like, those are all things that God says don't do. You know what I mean?
But I still don't hate those people, though. That's the thing.
And that's the thing. You can't hate them. The only thing you can do is have discussions like this, open people's brains up a little bit to do research, and then let people come to that realization on their own. I had to get that done. You know what I'm saying? I used to walk around talking about
you got to tell people how they've been programmed. You got to start off by telling people, like, hey, listen, the school system was designed from age 5 up until you're an adult to train you like a dog to believe certain things and move a certain
little
way.
Taxpayers.
To be a worker. They're training us to be workers. Think about it. School 7 or 8 hours.
Good little taxpayers.
Like,
All right, so I think that's the cue, Styles, before we probably lose it.
Yeah, because you know what? They created women's libs so they could, because they couldn't tax half of the population. So they made, so they got them all off to work. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
All right, but yes, guys, we should definitely do this again, John. I appreciate you coming on. You had some,
Hit me up,
some
guys.
good stuff to say, man. Yeah, absolutely.
I love this discussion. This was
awesome.
I feel like it was very productive. People that are watching and everything else, hopefully you guys got to learn. If not learn, you guys had your mind opened up to certain things. Make you guys
we had a
look
few
into
people
it.
watching live, and also, guys, if you could share this, I'll send you the link. And like, I break it up into shorts and stuff. If you want to go on our YouTube, it's SunDaze with Styles, Weapon, and Fifth. You put that in, you'll find it. But so we can get this out to more people. You know what I mean?
I'm definitely
we would love to have you on. Like, awesome.
Hit me up, man. I have no problem doing this stuff. Like I said, podcasting is something that I actually got a name out on social media from doing podcasts. We Talk, You Listen podcasts and stuff like that. And
you still do it?
I fell in love with it.
An active podcast?
Yeah, well, because of what's going on. Like, I don't want people to not be able to talk because of this, because that's not right. Like, that's
one thing I want to say to you before you leave. I love the flip on the Harriet Tubman.
Thank you, bro. I used to tell people I'm trying to lead people. Like, I took the thug life idea from Tupac, right? That everyone is fighting. Everyone's a thug, no matter what you're going through. You know what I'm saying? I'm just another man that's trying to lead people to the path of like some knowledge. You know what I'm saying? Harriet Tubman did that. You know what I mean? She's led people to freedom. Knowledge is freedom. I'm trying to lead my fellow men to freedom. You know what I'm saying? So
I feel like it's because we're getting older too. Like, we're getting older and wiser. And when you have a family and stuff, you know what I mean? Like, I feel like that's a big part of the problem with the left. Not everybody, but a lot of people that are like really radical on left, they don't have families and stuff. Like, I think that they don't have anything to lose, kind of. Like, I don't know. But before this just actually dies, because we're at 2% now, I'm gonna sign off SunDaze. All right, guys, take care. God bless.
God bless.
Peace.
Peace.